for everybody to eat because, like I said, her target audience is not my target.
Right.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so this is day 4, I think, of her wearing that makeup. But you can tell it's coming off a little bit. It's coming off a little bit. But she still haven't washed her face since they put that makeup on her face Saturday. So
That's a trip.
I said, well,
No, she can't. She can't have that makeup on that long.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
You really, Kiana?
Because I mean, one thing about it when it's theatric makeup, so they put it on thick. I hate it. To me, it make you look dead. But
Oh, Junebug Household Thug done went over there and started typing stuff in the comment section, huh?
no one on the time slot on the Asian app. Thank you, exactly, Bella. She might as well kiss my ass. She might as well kiss my ass. You talk about me every day, Shawty. I'm gonna tell you now. We're gonna talk about you every day until. Well, I already told my team when we're gonna stop talking about Rhinestone.
I want to know how
If
did
they
it
come,
benefit?
anybody mention her name over here, they're gonna get blocked immediately. Once
How is
they
it?
come,
How is it 1 minute they're screaming, these are just words on an app. Then the next minute it's a personal thing. And then the next minute it's just business. Like, pick one and fucking stand in that shit.
exactly, exactly. You got the
I
usual.
just don't know how
Thank you, she baby.
the
She got the
followers
usual
this.
suspects over there. She tried to make Nitra, she tried to make Manny feel bad. She got Nitra over there saying whatever she want to say. Now they want to talk about Atlas like a dog. I'm not finna sit here and listen to you talk about that man. He don't kiss my butt.
Why is she bothering Manny? Because he didn't do anything to her. Nothing. Nothing at all.
She would do it. She would have done it to Peach if she could talk to him. Bella, we let you. Oh, there you go. Officer Bella, we let you up. What happened, girl?
Good day, everyone.
Hey, Bella.
Bella.
So let me help y'all with the playbook because that's literally what it is. We're in the playbook right now. So let me help y'all with the chapter we're in. So right now, Kiana is going to take a bunch of hits unprovoked. It's going to be a lot of things said to her that has absolutely nothing to do with her because Diamond cannot address the people she truly have an issue with, hence Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker is currently live right now. BT is in the box. Alexandra is in the box. Kels is in the box. And instead of her addressing the people she's feeling some type of way about, she's going to redirect that energy to people undeserving. So I need y'all to know what chapter we're in right now. Kiana's going to be the one to take a bunch of the hits because she don't have the courage to go after the people she need to. And when the people see what's going on over there in Heartbreaker space, she's not going to speak on it. She's going to allow the panel to speak on it. Okay? So pay attention to how it's all playing out. The storyline doesn't change, just the characters. Okay?
Well,
Wow.
why
Can
she
we
got?
also
Why,
say
why
this
don't she
too?
have the courage? Because I think she a comfort breaker. They went into it. They got into it yesterday.
Oh, no. They didn't get into anything. Heartbreaker said what she needed to say, and Diamond shut her mouth and even dropped out the box. See, Diamond, she thinks she knows who to go up against. Hence why I had that hate train on me, because a lot of people were afraid to tell Diamond that she was wrong for how she was doing me. It was ideal to all band together and all come in cahoots and say, oh yeah, it's Bella's turn. Let's all jump on her. They don't have the courage to band together and say, oh no, fuck that. We on Heartbreaker ass. You're not ever going to see it.
Right.
Heartbreaker can literally get on here and do the absolute most and you'll never see her day come. Why? Because they don't have the balls to go up against her. They are afraid of her.
I went in her live this morning. They said, here go Kiana. Oh no, she said, here go Kiana. I said, don't get cussed out. Kiana, you cuss me out every day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My husband said, why don't she? Why? Because she went off on Rose and she went off on Diamond yesterday. He said, why Heartbreaker don't do you like that? I said, because Heartbreaker no.
So can I say
I
this?
asked for breakfast like I
Breaking.
did on $2 Live the other day, and she didn't say a motherfucking word. She's been $2. Said she's been. I'm proud of you. No, the little bitch, no. That little bitch.
Well, this is breaking news, Kiana. I'm sorry because I just found this out, and a few people talked to me, y'all. I'm not doing too good, but I found out that a friend of mine and her friend purchase. My birthday's September 19th. The thing is September 14th, isn't it? That weekend.
Nowhere in there.
So they told me that they
Come
purchased
on.
me a ticket to the gala, not knowing what was going on. Now I'm not gonna go, but I can't say nothing about them not going. So I guess they may get an email if she go through her itinerary and she could figure out who they are. But Big Al Nasty, you had a lot to say to me when I was up here telling my story. Now you down there talking about roofs and doors and garages and all kinds of stuff. You got something else to say to me? Huh? Big Al Nasty?
Kiana, can
You
I
just
say what Bella
waiting.
was saying is so right because she uses Hoover. She used
Yes, she
Hoover
does.
to attack Drop, to attack Manny, to attack Bella. Instead of her going to
Me.
attack you, instead of her going directly at y'all, she used Hoover to go at them. It uses the panel to go at people. Bella is 100% right on that.
Yes,
That's
she
why
is. Yeah,
I'm
Bella
grateful for
is.
Atlas because again, my husband ain't always around. So when Hoover tries to come for me, Atlas when he sees stuff, he jumps in. So I'm grateful for that. But yesterday I really want to see that man.
Because what is Atlas doing that's different than Hoover? He's speaking up for Kiana. He feel like, you know what, Kiana is someone that he wants to support on the app. So what is he doing differently than Hoover? Why is he all types of bitch ass niggas and every name you could think of that you can call him, or is saying he's inserting himself in women business when all he doing is supporting Kiana? What's the
I
problem?
want to say this to you, Bella. I don't know if you see my comment yesterday, but I want to apologize to you because when all that stuff went down with me and everybody was on your panel for the court show, I was upset with you. We did talk briefly in my live, but I do want to apologize to you for that because I was taking my anger out. That was your platform. You was only doing what you were supposed to do at the end of the day. So I do apologize to you for how I came at you when all that stuff went down about me and stuff like that. So I do want to say that to you. But other than that, I'm
I
gonna
appreciate your apology. I did see it and I responded. It might not have been seen, but I definitely accepted your apology and told you that you're a human.
Hey
right.
About to sit
Julia.
here and treat you like, oh, you can't do no wrong. How dare you? I don't want to hear what you got to say. No, nobody's above being wrong. So I appreciate you apologizing. I accept it and I'm moving on. We good. No grudges held at all. I'm not
Oh
that type
no,
of
ain't no
woman.
grudges. It ain't no grudges at all. I'm gonna get ready to drop down so I can get ready for work. But I just want to make that, say
Thank you
that.
for coming up,
Grand
Sheik.
rising, everyone.
Thank
Same
you,
to you,
Queen.
darling. Thank you.
Rising, grand rising.
Pressure. Oh yeah. Rashid. Somebody get Rashid in the box for me. Rashid, come up.
Let me drop down now and I'll see y'all later. I'll be in the comments a little bit while I'm getting dressed. All right, bye.
Thank you, bro. Good. Hey, Memphis. Can we get Rashid in the box? Rashid, go ahead, Bella. So, Poozie, what are you doing? What's the question, Poozie?
So yeah, a lot of people ain't going like this next statement I gotta say, but Poozie ain't did nowhere near the shit that Heartbreaker did or said on this app for everybody to want to cancel her.
It's true, but that was a lot, though.
Was it a lot? Yes. Has she done the absolute most though?
Yes.
No, she hasn't.
Well, no,
No, she
I'll say
hasn't.
no. I say,
I we
why do y'all
literally
think sometimes she dropped
you
me,
look
but
at
not the
every
other
let's
day?
put some because listen, one thing I'm good at is my notes. So if we was to do comparison cards, you put Poozie up
Yeah,
there,
Heartbreaker
you
done
put
had
Heartbreaker
funerals
up
for
there.
kids. Like,
Y'all sure y'all want to play that game, or do I need to go down a list of things that has happened on this app and compare the two?
nah, we good on
The,
that.
the
All of it's
funerals alone
damaging.
is
All of it's damaging, though.
Yes, it is. The point that I'm making is why call for Poozie to be exiled when we can accept Heartbreaker and who she is in its entirety. Poozie make it clear she's flawed. She gonna fuck up. She is her authentic self. Is it that y'all feel like she's not as pretty as Heartbreaker? Her
hell
looks is
no.
not as passing?
Hell
No.
no. That ain't
What
got nothing to
is
do
it?
with it
I think
because
it's because
have
Heartbreaker
y'all
creates
seen the
her
real
own.
heartbreaker?
To be perfectly honest, there is no true cancel culture, though.
Not anymore. Not,
It's not.
not after
And
what.
Heartbreaker creates her own lane when you can't really, do that to Heartbreaker because she gonna go on big talk and this one and that one and create her own thing. Where
Just do
Poozie
her.
want
Yeah,
back
you
in,
do
she
too
keep on
much.
trying to get acceptance with the same group. She got to go create her own lane.
Poozie has a question. Why didn't she drop? Okay, Poozie, I think you want to answer that question. You know why she didn't drop you the other day against Peach. Tell us why. You know the behind the scenes. You know what's up. Tell us what happened.
Poozie, you were the entertainment. All right.
Because I believe Poozie's mouth was
He knows.
Rhinestone's thoughts and minds.
Let me say this. What Poozie said can never be compared to anybody because what Poozie said is borderline shit that came out of Hitler's mouth. When you start talking about wiping out a whole group of fucking people, that is the same thing that went with
Exactly, it is.
so what she said is
See what she
dangerous
just
and
said? I was her voice.
Okay,
So,
so real. Oh no, no, no. So then, when Heartbreaker says, "This is why I said I'm going to intentionally make a bulletin point because y'all playing games." Heartbreaker said, "I am here to do what? Kill, steal, destroy." So she meant that in the community. So let's do some notes, shall we? She was on the red pill side, then came over to messy side. Now so far, we done seen her dib and dab over into debate side.
yeah, she
It's
tried.
just a matter of time before she ends up over by drag talk side. So y'all not paying attention on purpose. Y'all are intentionally ignoring. Heartbreaker is who she is, and y'all accept her. She does absolute the most vile shit you can imagine, and y'all will keep her around. But God forbid someone like Poozie do 1/3 of the shit that Heartbreaker did, and is off with her head. Come on now, cut it out. Heartbreaker, what, just a month ago, was proven to Keyona that she had even breast and flashed us not once, but twice.
And they still aren't even.
Nigga. I had my hands caressing myself down in my panties and niggas still can't let that shit go. But y'all seen her naked chest and ain't flinch. Ain't held alive about it. Ain't said a word. Everybody and they mama was like, "Oh, this is a kid's app. Oh my God." Nigga, it was 2 PM when she did that shit. It was 2 PM. Nobody flinched. Nobody heard a pin drop. But the moment I do something in a dating show that I once had late night, niggas will not ever let me live it down, so they think. They think, "Oh, your beloved judge, this is the person y'all respect so much, but she was over here in her lingerie doing this and that." Sure was, bitch, because it ain't changed the fact that I'm a wife. It don't change the fact that I have a thriving career. It don't change the fact that I'm a mother that makes sure my kids is good at all times.
Right.
It never changed shit.
Exactly.
All it did was show me that people was looking for a reason to show their disdain for me.
Exactly.
Bitch, if you ain't got enough entertainment in your bedroom, that ain't got shit to do with me. But to watch this lady get on here and flash herself twice and nobody said a word, I said, yep, that's all, folks. I'm going ahead. See y'all the next time. Because it was bullshit and they know it.
And that's what they do every damn time.
That's what they do.
Every damn time.
So I'm going to say it again. Keyona, ain't nobody got an issue with you. They just want to get at you because they can't get at the people they want to get at. They afraid. Let's start using the right words. They are afraid to address the people that they want to address. Cause they can't take that heat. They can't take that smoke. Imagine Heartbreaker going up against Diamond. She wouldn't be able to take that. She could barely handle when Dime handed her ass and read her rights to her. She could barely handle it. And tried to make it seem like Dime was tripping, like Dime was wrong.
And I know this kind of sound crazy, but why won't Heartbreaker battle me?
Why won't Heartbreaker go up against you? That, you know what? I don't know. I honestly, I don't, because why? I guess the better question is, why would Heartbreaker really have an issue? Like when you ask yourself, what is the
We
issue though?
battle.
A
We
lot
I
of
battle.
think
people
She
I
don't
think
go
she
to the.
won't
She
go
go
up.
in her
because
room.
No,
she
She
why?
don't.
goes in
Because
her
So
room
hold on,
and
somebody
go
said, why is
in.
Bella mad at Heartbreaker? Who said I was mad? What? What we talking about? I ain't got an issue with
Why?
her.
Why every time somebody start pointing out facts or merits,
That
y'all
don't
say
mean they
we
mad.
mad? No one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
confused. Who said
on.
I was mad at
E-
Heartbreaker? What we talking
Even
about?
with the whole diamond situation and her talking shit about me over there, like I don't even feel a certain type of way about that because you're mad because I'm pointing out the facts that something took place over the weekend and you didn't address it properly. Who's not talking about her not addressing that properly? That's selective outrage when you pick the people. That's like me being in a fight at high school, getting my ass whooped, and looking at the person that's laughing and saying, "What you laughing for? I'll beat your ass."
That's
Like,
exactly what they do.
don't point the finger at the people that's laughing if you ain't if you ain't trying to fight the person that's standing in front of your ass. Why are you trying to fight the people that's laughing and making comments? Like, get your ass out of here. This is weird ass high school behavior. Like, if your mind can advance past someone just pointing out facts and merits, the fact is you care more about your character and your reputation. You jumped on here so quick yesterday just at the thought of somebody mentioning the fucking gala, but you let Icon Peach run around here for the whole fucking weekend shaking or not even shaking because she said he don't give a fuck. But the concept of you should have addressed that shit
All
immediately.
right, so Atlas, I gotta stop
We
you
feel
right
like he
there.
done it.
So hold on, because we can say all day we don't give a fuck. Let's keep it a bean. Peach really gave a fuck about that lady.
good morning.
So
Yeah.
he could sit here
Happy
and
day.
try to close his emotions off, but hands down, he truly felt like they
I
had
know.
some type of rapport.
You right,
Yes,
Bella.
he
But
did.
look, here's what I
That
don't.
man is really hurt for how she let that shit play out
The
and
only reason
basically
why I
said fuck
corrected
you and didn't care for how it was going to play out after the fact. Let's be honest here.
And the only reason why I corrected my words with that is because these are basically a spell that's in the word, right? So as soon as I say that he felt a certain type of way, there's a defense mechanism inside of him because we've been fighting so long. So when people say certain words to us, automatically we go on the attack or the defense. So I try to mind my tongue. If I'm not trying to trigger nobody, I'm trying to mind my tongue, because I know
Minding your
this.
tongue. Let me tell you how these motherfuckers don't mind their tongue, Atlas and Kiana. So, this entire time when I was over here in the panel yesterday, just kicking the shit with y'all, giving y'all some rundown, little recap and shit. How about somebody took their lying ass over to Diamond and told her that I said I was going to drag her on Sunday? And I
You never
said,
said nothing like that at all. You
and that's why I'm like,
Oh,
but she
Justin.
repeated it and then called herself going off. And I'm like,
what?
see, this is what I be talking about with her. Your disdain for me is so strong that anytime somebody bring you something about me, you automatically believe it.
Right. She too old for
And,
that.
Pay
She
and
attention.
Isabella,
Lady, you are almost 50 and your disdain for somebody that's 30 is getting weird. What is it about me at my age that your disdain is strong? Like, it's when I say it's strong, y'all, anything somebody say and bring it to her, she automatically believe it.
why not ask?
Respectfully,
She would
my
have came in here and
message to
asked.
her, because it ain't no drag. It's not my fault at 30 that I'm not a grandmother like you were. Okay?
Ooh.
Your
Oh.
anger for me,
Ooh.
you need to really take that with God and stop projecting that shit on me once and for all.
Ooh.
You was a grandmother at 30 years old.
What?
You didn't have yourself established at 30. Okay?
He got himself
Me and you
established.
are not the same. We won't ever be the same. Stop projecting your flaws and where you were at in your life at my age onto me. Do not get upset with me because my husband loves me, respects me, flaws and all. Children adore me, thriving career at 30.
And
Something
she's
that you
trying to get
wish you
some
had.
bankroll money. She trying to get
You
some.
wish you had the things I had at 30. So when we're talking about people being jealous, wake y'all dumbasses up and understand who's really jealous of who. Because the bottom line is, by the time I hit 45, more than likely, I'll be the one retired, making sure that my kids are straight. Okay? Not 45 worrying about what a 30-year-old woman has going on social media. Trying to tear her down, trying to make her feel like she's nothing, trying to convince the masses that she's out here trying to hurt her. What do I gain trying to hurt you, lady? You took some shit that I said while I was angry and you never let me live it down. God forbid you say some shit that you don't mean and people constantly remind you of it until you take your last breath. How would that make you feel? Y'all be sitting here letting this lady say and do whatever, and that's why she is the way the fuck she is. And I've been sitting back, putting up with it. I ain't been saying shit. I've been doing my best to just ignore it because I'm like, all right, after a while, they'll start to see it for themselves. But that shit yesterday was the final straw for me. You too fucking old to keep running. Every time somebody say my name, you just running with the shit they say to you.
Because she feel like she can beat on you.
Nah. My mom was
You the
going
one
since
that
I
ain't
was
gonna say that.
17. So ain't nobody beating on nothing over here.
She
The fact that
feel
you even
like she
feel
can do
good,
that to
ask
you.
yourself this, Kiana. You feel good tearing down a woman that's 30. You almost 50 years old, and it makes you feel good verbally tearing down a woman younger than you that's literally already surpassed you in life, respectfully. And I'm not even talking about the material shit. Spiritually, I surpassed you. Because the way you treat me on this app, it's no way you can sit here and say that you are comfortable within yourself. You way too comfortable disrespecting somebody that's basically your daughter's age.
Right.
It's not my fault that you was a grandmother at 30. Whatever healing you need to have, if I remind you of the child you wish you could have had, just say that. But stop it. I'm quite sure if my mother was still on this earth, y'all damn sure would have some words for each other because the way you be talking crazy to me and about me and down on me, like I said before, it's the older women on this fucking app that cause the most shit on here.
Can I say
And
something? Because
I
I'm
ain't
a
trying to talk
45 year
down
old
on
woman.
all older people.
Yeah,
I'm not
because I
talking down on
honestly
all
stopped.
older people, but majority of the shit that is going on, it's a lot of older people that feel some type of way because they are not where we are at. They wish they could have been where we was at. And it
I
took them
stopped.
until they was fucking 45 and 50 to finally get there. Not my fault. You
I
should be
stopped fucking with
happy.
them because of how they treated you, Bella. Because I am a 40-something-year-old woman, but when I saw how they were, and I didn't even know you, but when I was on Diamond Show and I would see them talking about you, who were attacking you, attack and drop, then what really got me, because me and Nosy follow each other, when I saw Nosy, the way she was talking about you, and I still ain't heard nobody talk about the colorist stuff, talking about your
Hold
hands and all that
on.
kind of stuff. That's colorist to me. What's all this conversation about Bella's hands and everything like that? The issue was they were trying to create a power group. Diamond, what's her name? Nosy, and then the other one. But Bella was blowing up on the side. That's to me. It wasn't about age. It was about who was getting motion.
Now
And Bella
hold
was
on.
blowing
I
up.
gotta ask Bella this. Bella, where did you go on vacation at? Cause you come back spinning the block doing walk downs and shit. Fuck a
He went to
drive
the
by, you
hood.
doing walk
The
downs.
He
good
went to the
Bella,
hood.
Lord, please stand up.
Bella said, I
Or where
got to
you
go
go
to
to
the hood
Compton
one
or
day.
something? What you get that Nipsey Hustle spirit? I know his birthday was just yesterday.
Nah.
You running around this motherfucker talking about the marathon continue doing walk downs and shit. Where did you go? To the hood for a week?
I'm gonna talk about anybody. Somebody said not too much on Nosy. I don't idolize anybody but the Lord. So I'm gonna talk about
Right.
anybody.
Right. She
Fuck,
fed up.
fuck
She fed.
nosy.
Bella
Now
fed.
what?
People,
Fuck
I'm
people
no.
sorry.
So
I'm
think
no,
that
sorry.
like I
nobody
said,
can
that
be
shit
talked
yesterday
about
was
on
just
this app.
distasteful. At your age, how many times are you going to keep allowing these people to bring you bullshit and you just keep eating it? So I'm trying to get y'all to see something. Her disdain for me is so strong that anytime somebody bring her something about me, she automatically believe it. She didn't even have enough sense to look and see what all I said. And nothing in there said that I was going to drag her. Nothing.
You was hanging out with Crip Mac and them 5-5 Cribs.
I think she
We
just
gotta leave the age thing alone though,
Why
because some
am
of
I
us
going to
older
keep
people,
giving grace and respect to somebody who literally treats me like I'm a piece of gum under their shoe? Why the fuck would I do that? Because
we
at
gotta
that
take out
point,
the age though.
it feels like
Because some
you
of us
playing
older
with me
women are
because
in
you
better
think you
shape.
can play with me.
We gotta take out the age though, because some of us older women are in better shape. I ain't got a stretch mark on my body, and I've been making six figures for over 15 years. So let's
Let
not
me
keep on
stop.
bringing up the age thing, because I see a lot of young girls out here stretched out.
I am
Let's
so
never
listen,
stop.
understand what I'm saying to you. The issues that I've been dealing with on this app have been based around the women that are older than me. A couple of women were close in age, but the majority have been older women. Notice I'm calling them women. They'll call me all types of bitches though when they referring to me, but when I'm speaking on now, I still call them women. I
Thank you,
still show
praise
some
the
type of
Lord.
respect to them.
And that's no shade, because I have been hearing on this, platform, that a lot of people in the older generations, we don't stand up to the older generations, like to our own generations. Like, we won't say nothing to them. That's what they keep on saying. The younger generation is saying, like, why are we not checking each other? And that's what this is. It's taking accountability. The fact that we are calling, like, we're not even calling out the person, we're calling out the actions of the person, right? The integrity of the person. They don't want to speak to the integrity. They don't want to speak to their moral compass. If you have a fucked up moral compass, just say you got a fucked up moral compass. But if somebody points you out and say, look at all the fucked up shit you doing, you can't.
Bella, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you feel she, because y'all was over there under her wing, do you feel that she look at it like, you know what I'm saying, this is my daughter's age and she was under my wing, so I'm sonning her. You feel like she's sonning you?
That's some weird shit because I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's being looked at like that, then I can only imagine how you really treat your kids, and that's not a good look. So I don't even want to take it to that mentality, because the bottom line is, if that's how you mentor or whatever younger people, then you need to do some soul searching. Because why would you want to treat younger people like that?
Nah, fuck that. I agree with Bell. It's called programming, right? They coming with that mindset of like the color purple, like Mister down there type shit. Like, you gotta beat each other to fucking take us down a peg or two. That's what they're doing. They're doing public humiliation ass whoopings
But
to
okay. Oh, go ahead.
like to try to keep us in
Right quick.
place.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, Keyona.
Hey, drop.
I wanted to say this. I don't think it's any of that. She plays the victim for the coin, the follower, the likes, the shares. The victim, the person who plays the victim, she's always the victim. In everything, it doesn't matter if it's something she's done, she's always the victim. That's how I see it. She will always spin it as she's the victim. Then you
Well,
get in comments saying, you hating on her. Y'all just jealous of her. Jealous of what? What the fuck she got?
I
Does
agree. I
any of
agree,
us
Black
need?
Queen.
That's
But
what they
see,
say. We
that's
hating.
what
We're
happens when
jealous.
people get famous on, so not even famous, when they get a little bit of attention on social media, and then people use this rhetoric. You're jealous. So when I asked, I said, okay, let's remove the material shit. What exactly am I jealous of?
exactly.
Remove all the material shit, because respectfully, I am doing great at 30. Respectfully.
Right. Better than her shit.
Let's go back
Humbly,
to
humbly speaking. But
but
this is
the
what I be talking about. So when you say somebody is jealous of what? Because when I'm ready to log off this app, I'm not contemplating, okay, if I log off this app, then I might not be able to pay this bill over here. I might not be able to take that trip over there. I don't have those issues like your faves do.
Right. We don't.
So when I ask you jealous, tell me jealous of what? Can anyone answer that question for once? They
Hell no.
love to say drop queen jealous. Now they saying Kiana jealous.
I could
What are they jealous of?
this is the thing. I want to go back to what they said about the victim mentality, right? When you play the victim for so long, it becomes your survival tactic. Like, it becomes your operation of how you survive. Like, okay, you know how some people say, I fucked up the bag, I got to go back out there and get it again. Like, they have that type of hustle, that drive, that ambition, right? When you get stuck in a victim mentality mindset, everything that happens when you get knocked into your root chakra, your survival chakra, you're going to use that victim mindset as a defense mechanism. And that's what you're seeing her do right now. She's using the victim mentality mindset as a defense mechanism to try to point people at everyone that's coming at her or everything that people should feel sorry about for her. Even as far as the fucking dog shitting on the floor, knowing that's her responsibility, she'll still make other people feel bad that she bought a dog that she knew could possibly shit on the floor. Now, this is the same thing my dad used to do. My dad used to set it up so that way I can need him. He used to literally set it up so that way I have to come to him for help. One time he drove all the way to my house, took the lawnmower from my house to his house. 2 weeks go by, I ask him for my lawnmower back, and he says, "You should have been asked me to help you cut this grass." I said, "Dad, I wouldn't have asked you to help me cut my grass if you would have left my damn lawnmower at my house." Right. So when I say that, it's like it's taught behavior or something. I don't know if it comes from like older generations being taught that shit from their parents. I've been in foster care since I've been on my own since I was 13. So I've been outside of the traditional black household because I've been in 8 different programs. But the stuff that I have learned, I was in group homes. That's why I'm not going back to Braid Queen's group home, because I'm not going back to no group home. I'll never go back to a group home. You can't put me back in a group home, Braid Queen. I ain't going back.
House.
Oh, never mind. But
hold on 1 second, Atlas. Copley, give your commercial.
No group home, no group home. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Keyona. Good morning, panel. Thank you, chat, for being here. But we need y'all down there tapping. We should have been at 100K by now. It's 359 people here. Thank y'all for the 1K shares. And don't forget about our host, Gift Go. Y'all, she's been doing an amazing job. So go ahead, show us some love. Show the panel some love. And don't forget the subscriptions. We got a Subway this morning. Let's get it going, y'all. Love y'all down there. And if y'all don't participate in the taps, we gonna cut the comments off because we really just appreciate
I be on them, y'all. I be like, don't turn them comments off. They be like, turn them off. They be Teddy Pendergrass on my ass, y'all. I'm like, no, don't do that. They're like, turn them off, Key.
She be rooting for y'all. She's rooting for y'all, but we gonna turn them comments off if we don't get them taps up, because that's really what we ask y'all to do. If you can't give get a sub, just tap for us, y'all. Let's get Keyona to 1 million today. Please, please, please. We love y'all.
I'm waiting on my first milli day, y'all. It's coming. I'm waiting.
Definitely.
It's gonna happen today. It's gonna happen today.
It's gonna happen today. Definitely, you deserve it. Everybody get the tapping on that screen. Just tap on Keona's face. Just get the tapping on it. Also, like, think about this. These are called one-uppers. If you sit in their live long enough, you will see every fucking story that somebody got. Guess what? They got one upper. They got one better. Every story that's been told, someone comes up with a better story. Well, I've been through this too. It's trauma bonding at its finest, and it's fucking dangerous to trauma bond at this level. That's why I don't talk about all the bullshit I've been through. That's why I don't talk about all the fucked up shit I've been through. Because that's going to make y'all think about all the shit that y'all family put y'all through. And then we're just bonding in trauma.
Welcome to the show, Poozie Woozie. Now, I would like to say this before I let you up. I had said your ass was never going to grace my panel after what you did the other night. But I see even Peach himself have given you some grace. Bella has said to give you some grace. Many people feel like you do need some grace. But I would like for you to emphatically, express what were you thinking the other night when you said those hateful things, Poozie. Poozie.
My bad. I was getting my grandbaby and my daughter out the door.
Okay. What were you thinking?
Okay. I just want to know, I wanted to see how you all viewed me being dropped out the box the day before because I kept cutting off who actually were Eric and them. Then, when it came down to this situation, she kept saying, let her talk. She crashing out, let her talk.
You did. I was listening.
She said, stop stop, y'all. She crashing out. Let her talk. But anytime before that, Diamond said, no, I'm the one drop Poozie. I dropped her because she ain't gonna cut. She gonna keep cutting y'all off. But every time Peach tried to get a word in, don't trigger her. What? So the same way Peach felt he had that bond with her, I did that last January. I said, Diamond, I thought you would have had my back better on this situation, but now I realize it's just a show.
All right.
Trina helped me to. Trina helped me to.
Poozie, please. Don't do us like that, right? We don't watch you tour around telling this story, trying to make people. We know your side of the story. We know you feel attacked. We know you're going through a
I
lot.
don't feel attacked.
Okay, so we want
See,
to.
I don't like when people speak for me. Then when I get to cussing
All
them
right,
out
go
and being
ahead.
disrespectful,
No,
they say
because
that I'm the problem.
no, you can curse me out all you want. It's not going to
No,
hurt
I'm
me.
not gonna cuss you out. I just
He
want you to
asked
give
you.
me respect so I don't
I'm
disrespect
giving you
you.
respect, but she
Because
asked you a question.
the respect
She
comes with
asked you
letting
a
me talk.
question. Okay, you're right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I came up here to talk to Keyona. I didn't come up here for y'all to keep telling me what all I done did. You don't say that I'm disrespectful after you continue to disrespect me. You recognize the pattern. Now, realistically, that lady dropped me anytime outside of me getting paid to be dropped for. And all of last week, nobody paid to drop me. After I paid for myself to come back, wasn't nobody fucking with me. Because they knew I had my money to bring me back. Or they knew they got the signal, don't drop Poozie. But what she allowed me to do on her platform, any other time she would mute my mic, any other time she would drop my box. But that's only if I'm cutting somebody else off.
Thank you.
I feel like I was the voice that she couldn't voice. Because you don't let somebody, you don't watch somebody who you support crash out and don't intervene. But y'all gotta remember, Tea Time said they only wanted you to be the ass of the show. See, a lot of y'all just coming into some things, but this rundown been running down. And see, what was any of y'all when Diamond told me that she wanted me to stop breathing, and Nitra, Angel, and Tweet came and told me that on the back end. That's how me and Nitra had fell out but stayed in. Cause Nitra admitted when they heard Diamond say, Poozie, that bitch need to stop breathing, they contacted me on the back end. And Nitra was the only one who had my number, but she was like, Angel, I feel like you'll deliver it to her better so she'll understand that Diamond don't care about her. Now you got Nitra, everybody throwing their shit into the sea of forgetfulness, but me. The title of the show was called Life After TikTok. Them bitches had been plotting to get rid of my ass. Bella, she a threat. Keyona, she a threat. Anybody that look like they a threat, they'll let you come over there. But you best believe it's word on the back end about how they gonna try to take you down. When I didn't want to participate in breaking up Chef Fox and Tea Time relationship publicly on this app, Nosy pushed my little ass to the side. She had one purpose for me. Destroy.
Oh,
Destroy Tea Time and Chef's relationship, Poozie. Do you think you can do that? I don't have nothing to do with that, man. They friends. Well, me and my lawyers will talk to you later. I'm still waiting on her and her lawyers to call me to tell me how I breached a contract that I never even signed. The signature was hers.
Let's stay on target. Let's stay on target.
But
The $1 million question is, were you allowed to speak because she knew that you were phobic and she couldn't say those words and she knew you would do it, or were you allowed to speak because she knew you was drinking?
no, I was allowed to speak,
Maybe that's not
Keyona.
how you really. What I guess.
No. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't drunk. I still got more than a third of that Patron bottle because I don't drink like that. I take shots and I add a shot to
So everything that it came out of your mouth
a mixed drink, but I don't even drink.
Those are your
But
sentiments.
no, she let me talk because she had watched Peach drag my ass several times over since January. She watched Peach say, I'm on that bitch neck every chance I get. So when she sees somebody saying stuff like that, whenever those two people come together, it's showtime for her. It's lights, camera, action. Diamond didn't give a fuck about me nor Peach.
That is
Because
true.
if she really did, she wouldn't allow neither one of us to continue to go at each other like that. That man verbally threatened to physically assault me
Now, Poozie.
several
Now,
times.
Poozie.
That man said, when I see you, bitch, I'ma scalp you. I don't know where y'all from, but scalp either mean take it out your head, take your hair out your head, or slice your ass. I took it as he was gonna rip my hair out my head.
Poozie, watch
But
the
the fact that we watched him collectively everywhere I went, he stayed coming up there, and I'm supposed to respond with making slurs about his coochie or his anus. No,
Okay. Stop. Let's
I'm
stop.
gonna
Let's
tell
stop.
you
Let's
how I
stop.
feel
Let's
about
stop.
you
Let's stop.
when you constantly telling me.
Let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. We're going to break this down. All right. Okay. You and him have had banter, chatter, whatever you want to call it. Why did you feel the need to say what you said about an entire community? And to the
I took 100% of my personal frustration of one person out on the whole community, and I apologize for that several times. The y'all was him and Barb, because him and Barb was tag teaming me. The other stuff that came out after that first y'all was straight indirect bullets to people who didn't deserve that. It was strays. They didn't deserve that because the whole community, first and foremost, I don't even know a third of the community, let alone the whole community.
Right.
And then people said that I was trying to mix and mingle. No, I was trying to gain understanding about some stuff I didn't understand. It's no different than me wanting to learn the piano. The piano ain't did nothing to me. But if I can learn how to understand how to communicate verbally and understand things that my mind was conformed to believe. I walked away from Christianity because it was too confusing. We supposed to love all people, but then y'all say some people can't do this and some people can't do that. Christianity did fail me. No offense to the Christian, but it failed me.
Can I ask you a
No, you
question,
failed
no,
Poozie?
no,
it.
no, 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 no. I'm
You
gonna do this
failed
for you.
it.
Y'all, no,
No, no,
no,
no. I'm not even going to put it a messed up way. I'm saying, and
Christianity
all
says
I want
take
to
the
say
plank out
is,
your brother's eye before you try to take the plank out your eye before you try to take it out somebody else's eye. But yet every single one of you all, are Christian or not, are judging me based off of how you seen me respond with the plank that I had in my eye. I haven't even
Christianity
been
gives
given the
you the
opportunity to
discernment to
take it
stay
out of my
away
eye
from people.
completely.
Christianity gives you the
Poozie,
discernment to stay
Wait,
away from
Poozie.
wait,
people that
let
ain't living
Okay,
right for
your
you.
Christianity does.
hold
Can
on,
we not
y'all.
make this about religion?
No, the
Because what is
Yeah,
Bible.
called as a
and
herring
and
fallacy
Kiana
is
and
irrelevant
Kiana
to all of the
and Kiana is
conversations.
trying to speak. Kiana is trying
Mute
to
my
speak,
mic,
y'all.
Kiana, because I got the baby in my hand.
No, I can't mute your mic because I have questions for you. Poozie, how the hell are you gonna get on Beyonce's internet on Tuesday, August the 20th at 8:09 and say Christianity failed you, but you told a whole community of people that the reason why they should not be here is because of Christianity?
I said I
Are we
was
fucking kidding me,
raised.
Poozie?
If you listen to the clip, I said I was raised biblically. My mama was always non-denominational. She never took it up on a denomination. We went to Baptist churches.
Poozie, your
Can I
ass
say
sat there
something
and
right
said
quick?
on Beyonce's
I said,
internet on Saturday, God need to start over. Did he need to ruin this earth right now? Because y'all ain't
the
done.
reason why I said that,
Poozie!
Kiana, was because I had a dream that me and other beings were floating in the galaxy, and when we
Oh
looked
my
over our
God.
right shoulder, the earth became the sun. I'm only speaking what
You
I
went to
seen with
Sodom
my
and
dream.
Gomorrah, which is in the first chapter of the
I
book.
said that was Sodom and Gomorrah shit.
Can I say something right quick,
Go watch
Kiana?
some of the things you
The
do.
Christianity.
I've watched the clip several
This is what
times of what came out of my mouth. I'm sorry, Drop. Go ahead.
This is what Christianity teaches. Love the sinner. So Christianity ain't never taught us to hate nobody. It teaches us to love the sinner, hate the sin.
Hate to see.
So how we
And I
get into
didn't put
hating the
my
sinner, I
feelings
don't
on
know.
Christianity. I put my feelings on
No,
myself.
no,
I
no. We
said
said
several times,
Christianity
I don't
failed you,
like
but it
him.
didn't fail you. You chose to take a wife that you
Christianity
chose.
failed me because it's me that got confused by all of that mix-up stuff. One minute you allowed to say, now it's okay for us to say God smiting my enemies because that's in the word, but it's not okay for me to say take your last breath.
No,
See
because
how
you're putting the
confusing.
power.
See how.
I'm
Now
finna clear it up
tell me
for
where
you.
it don't say that though. The
I'm
man
finna.
said,
Doesn't.
"God smiting my enemies."
It
That's
doesn't. It
God
doesn't.
doing
It
it, not
says
you.
read.
It's taken from your hand
Hold
to
on.
his
Hold on.
hand. You
Hold
leave
on.
it
It
to him. He
literally
say,
says.
God will make my enemy my footstool. He ain't say, Poozie, go make your enemy me your footstool.
He
He
also
said,
said that you
you
could
will
ask him
make
to
my enemy.
smiting. What does
Oh, no,
smiting
the
mean?
Bible says that. The Bible
Kiana,
says
what
that
is the
pity your
definition of
enemies.
smiting?
The Bible
So
says
no,
if your
Kiana,
enemy is
I have a
hungry to
better
feed
Kiana,
question
what
for
them.
is the
you.
definition of
Cast
smiting?
The
down,
Bible
cast
says if your enemy is hungry to
So
feed
what is
them,
another way
and
to say
it's
cast down? Because
knock
we
you
can
out.
get deeper.
Knock you out.
But no, I
So
have
if
a
it's
better
okay for me to
question
say,
for
Lord,
y'all.
smiting my enemy, and
Poozie.
I feel
Hit
like
them.
Peach is my enemy,
Hit them.
and I feel like people who have attacked me
See,
like Peach are my enemy,
this
am I
is the
not allowed
problem.
to
That's
ask
not
God
what
to smite
scriptures.
them?
That's not what the
no, because
scripture
what does the
says.
Bible say
Atlas, give
about
me
your
a
See,
enemies?
minute.
everybody
The
Minute,
like for
Bible
me to
Atlas.
says
think it that
Atlas,
way,
hold on a
but see,
Hold
minute.
when I
on. One at a
said it,
the
and
time.
then I
Bible.
One at
turned
a
around
time.
and
One
apologized
at
for
Atlas,
it.
one at a
At a
time,
Atlas.
time.
please.
We're gonna
One at
go
a
with drop,
time.
then we're gonna go with Atlas. Who's it
So,
next? And this is an ask and answer platform, y'all. So if you ask someone a question, the person needs to be able to answer that question, and then another person can ask their question. Don't go no 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 no. Go ahead, drop, and then go from there.
see, this is the problem with Christianity and people so-called raised in church. They don't. They don't understand what they're reading and they don't study it to understand. The Bible doesn't say God smite my enemies.
You
It
don't know
said
what I
Hold
studied.
it
on.
says
Ask.
You don't get to say how I
I know
studied the
what you
Bible.
studied because you quoted that scripture incorrectly. It says, for you have smitten my enemies. That means you have
Go in my
knocked them
face.
down. That's right. It didn't say go knock them
Pull it
down.
so I
It
can read
said
it.
it's Psalms 3:7. It's Psalms 3:7. I can read it for you. It says, arise, O Lord, save me. Oh my God, for you have smitten all of my enemies on the
Why?
cheek.
Because that
You
person
have
was being
shot. It does
attacked.
not matter. You're not
That person, it
listening.
does
That's why
matter
you
why that
didn't
person.
learn. No, no, you just said you can ask God to smite your enemies, and that is not what that scripture said. So let's get back to what you said out of your mouth. You said you can ask God to smite your enemies. And that's not what that scripture says. It says, for God, you have done it. On my behalf, you have stepped in the war and fought the battle for me.
Even
That's why it
Psalm,
said,
Now
when,
even
hold on
Psalm.
now, drop. Let's read 3 because that's one of the warring scriptures. Now this is when David was in his bed. He was mad.
okay.
Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying of me, God will not deliver him. But you, Lord, are a shield for me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high. I call out to the Lord. He answers me from his holy mountain. I lie down and sleep. I wake up again because the Lord sustains me. I would not fear though 10,000 assail me on every side. Arise, Lord. This is him asking them. Arise, come help me, God.
Right.
Deliver me, my God.
From my enemy.
Strike all
That's
my
right.
enemies on the jaw. Break the teeth of the wicked. From the Lord comes deliverance. May your blessings be on your people. So in this regard, Pooz is right. David is
No,
Kiana,
saying,
no.
knock them
Hold on.
out.
I know I
Hold
am
on.
because ain't
Hold
nobody
on.
gonna get
Don't.
to tell me
even
how I
Let
studied the
me
Bible
tell.
when I studied the
Let.
Bible and how
She's
much I
not
know
right
about it.
because
Psalm
that's not what she
37,
said.
even Psalm
That's not what she
Kiana,
37.
now I'm
said.
With
wrong.
the
Now I'm
Lord.
wrong,
That's
even though
still
you
not what
proved
you
that I was
said.
right.
That's
They
not
just
Kiana,
what you
want me to be
Psalm
said.
wrong.
You
37.
told those people to unalive. You
They
never
don't
said
want me to be
God.
right about absolutely nothing.
She
I spent
told those
90
people to
days in a jail
unalive.
cell and read the Bible front to back and back to front, but they telling me how I studied the Bible and what I know. See, this what make
Okay, I'm
y'all the
glad to
ones.
hear you say that.
Can
The
I go
Bible.
Can I
next?
say
What
something,
part in the
please?
Bible? What part in the Bible told you to take out an entire community? Answer that,
No
because I
part
want to
of the
hear.
Bible.
I want to
That's
hear.
why I
Can
apologized.
I go?
That's
Listen,
why I
Pookie,
apologized for my wrongdoing.
can
Can
I
I
So
And
say
that's
that's
why
not what
something?
it's
she
better to
said.
say the Our Father prayer and have your forgiveness be bestowed unto you from God, because a human will try to fuck you up every time based off of their personal damn feelings. But y'all done said, some people have said some really low gutter blow bullshit to me, and I could have asked God to smite my enemy, because at that point you felt like you presented yourself as an enemy to me, but I didn't to a lot of y'all. And like I said several times, I have apologized to that community. Some people have accepted it, some people haven't. Just because y'all that haven't accepted it don't mean people have not told me. I understand, Poozie, you was coming from a hurt place. I understand that you may have had more than one encounter than just Peach, because I'm 42 years old. We didn't started
I'm gonna
learning
say
about the
this.
rainbow
Can I
community.
go
I
next?
didn't have
You're
that in
here
high
this
school.
morning
Can I speak
because
next?
Peach was able to sit on a panel with you the other day, shocking shit out of me. I thought that was the equivalent of putting someone who had been with the person who did it to him. Manny has said he hasn't unmodded you yet. Manny's in the community, a great advocate for the community. So I'm looking at it like this: if the community is having some grace with Poozie, maybe we should. But Poozie, and I'm not judging you, but Poozie, what I'm saying to you, you know, we all, and like I tell people all the time, I got me some good redneck friends. I'm pretty sure when they get mad with a person of color, they say some nasty things, but they won't say shit in my face. When I, what I'm saying, when I get mad with somebody, I'm not gonna promise nobody of a different color, whatever. I'm not gonna say, but it's some shit I just ain't gonna say in that person's face or fucking out loud. It was 2,000 people in that room, Poozie.
Can I?
And what if people felt like, you know what, I've been feeling this because I'm conflicted in my spirit. I've been feeling this, but let me go out right today and take one of them out. And on the flip side, somebody from their community could come and take you out.
Kiana, do
All that
not black
hurt
women get targeted?
is
Do
all
we
that
not
hurt. I
do we
said
not
that.
lose
I said
black women just
I
because?
said you could be harmed.
Exactly. Do we not just lose black people just because? Aren't we still hollering hashtag Black Lives Matter?
Absolutely. Stay on
So
target.
how can my
Stay
words,
on target.
and then Barb brought up a very valid point too,
Hold on.
with
Before
reference
you
to
bring
what
up
I
Barb,
said
before
that
you go
made
to
me
the next,
feel
can I
even
speak
extra
on the?
more worse. Barb said, remember what happened in Florida a couple years ago when that one
That
person
club,
went
yeah.
into that club?
That club, yeah.
And I would never want people to do that to a group of people. And that's why I apologize. And I could give a fuck care less who feel like it's sincere. I don't want any, I'm glad that I don't have a big voice. Because if I had a big voice, it would have been some horrific shit going on with a war
Nah,
between
she's about to get
straight
your page
women.
taken down. You're
And
letting her speak on shit that should not be talked about on TikTok, and you keep.
you are 100% lie, because these conversations have been going on. He's just mad because
All
he can't control
weekend.
your conversation,
All weekend.
Kiana.
Atlas, wait a
No.
minute. Hold on.
When, oh,
Atlas,
listen.
These
This
conversations been
conversation.
going on.
Stop! Atlas, are you serious right
Listen to what I'm saying. When you start talking about events that took place and you start talking about people unaliving in real life with everything that's going on, they pay attention to these conversations on TikTok. They will shut the page
now?
down.
That's the whole
Kiana,
purpose of
I have
TikTok.
studied.
Hold
I
on.
know the
We
community
talk about
guidelines.
events that happen in the public, or we like Puffy's thing all day, every day. The algorithm was hot. What? What?
When you start using certain words like
Something that
they,
happened in Miami. How would the algorithm know what the hell happened in Miami? Like
no,
there's
no,
literally a
listen,
flood
listen
that
to what
just
I'm
happened
saying.
in
Listen to what
Miami.
I'm
So it
saying.
was okay for Barb to
When it
speak on it,
says,
but not
when
me,
you,
Kiana. That's what he's saying. Barb can speak on it because
I
she's a
never,
part of the.
Barb didn't speak on it over here. I wasn't on the panel when Barb speak on it. I tell
Atlas, how long
everybody,
you really been running platforms? Because baby, you trying to fuck Kiana platform up. You giving jealous. You really giving. You want to
Don't
be her
do
controller.
you
this.
right, you right.
You is
I'm
not
sorry.
Cara.
You
Don't
right. I'm out of line.
do this.
I'm a be
You
quiet. I'm a
are
mute.
you
Do this.
you
I
are
want to
giving
say this
Cara.
about the
Don't do
Bible. I
this.
just want to
If you
say
want
something.
to
Poozie,
I just
ask
want to.
Atlas,
Poozie, the only
if you
person
want
that's
to
gonna
ask
bring
her
some down is you.
questions, ask her questions. I don't have a problem with that. But to
And
say
since I've
that,
been talking, I haven't
hold
brought
on.
nobody's platform down, sweetheart. So
Yes,
hush.
you have, because you
I
brought a bunch of
refrained. I
mess talking about
refrained.
a bunch of
I
mess
did
on
not want
people's
to ask her a
platform.
question. The only
Kiana, I'm
thing
about to
that I
get
was.
disrespectful.
No, you're not.
Please, you disrespect yourself, so I would expect you to be able to get
Kiana, I'm about to
disrespectful.
disrespect
No,
this
no, no, no,
lady.
no, 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 no,
Real
Because you
bad.
don't
no,
care
no, no,
about
no,
her
no.
platform.
That's the
Real,
this is
real
see, this
bad.
is the very reason I recall myself saying in 4K, I'm gonna talk to Poozie. Did Copeland? Did
Yes, you did. And Kiana,
And these people are mad that you talking to me, Kiana, because they don't want anything to look like it can be somewhere right when they feel like it's wrong.
okay,
So throw
Poozie,
your stones. I don't care. But I
Poozie, one
came up here
second.
to talk to Kiana.
And Kiana,
Literally. I'm only giving you all the option to talk to me simply because it's her panel.
okay.
Cause Kiana, I can hit you you can hit me on the back end. Cause I really don't have time for people who don't care to
Okay,
understand
Poozie,
that I
Poozie,
apologize
Poozie, one
for throwing those
second.
words on the
Poozie.
whole community.
Okay,
But at the
Poozie,
same
one
time,
Poozie,
moment.
these people
stop.
get in a box. These
Stop,
people
Poozie.
get in a box and they feel
Poozie.
very froggy.
Stop,
Poozie, one
Poozie.
second. One second. Kiana, I think we should go with the suggestion that everybody else should drop while you have this discussion with Poozie. Can we do that real quick? Okay. All right. Drop. Everybody, we'll bring y'all back.
All right. Poozie. Stay up here, Colt. Poozie. You agree that what you said the other night was fucked up, correct?
Yes.
All right. So you do also agree that God had nothing to do with that foolishness that you were talking
Absolutely not. God would not have anything to do with that because if he did, his actions would have been true.
about. Absolutely. So you do not feel like he should end the world because of what people didn't judge him.
No, he should not because then none of us would be here.
Absolutely. Okay. And you do understand that there's no little sin and there's no big sin. So you telling someone in your mouth is ready for them, your penis. And that's the same thing as what Peaches in front of.
Nothing different.
Okay. I just want to get some ground rules. So now let's talk. What were you thinking when you attacked him? Did you forget like, hey, I'm going at two people, so I feel like I just gotta say it all, and or you just got out of control and were you even cognizant of what you were doing? Were you cognizant of what you were doing?
I was walking to the store in 104-degree weather. I don't even remember the purpose of me actually even putting in the invite to come on the panel, Kiana. I personally believe I had zapped out before I even clocked in because I knew personally that one day I was going to come out the bag on Peach for the things he had been saying to me about me and the threats. I knew that I was going to wish unaliving on him because he threatened me. I knew that was going to come. But I did not. I didn't know. I didn't know what I was. People say I want to say I didn't know what I was doing when I blurted out the whole community like that. But I do know that what came apparently to my mind came out of my mouth. And I'm not denying that those were feelings that I obviously harbored because they came out. And I myself, shout out to Mommy Money. If it wasn't for Mommy Money, for me, she tagged me when her videos went up. She said, and I said I needed this because I didn't get to hear me. I didn't. I wasn't hearing me when I was talking, but I was able to hear me during the playback. And that was some fucked up shit I said.
Well, let me ask you, what you talking about? Let me ask you this, because and that's why I tell people be very careful with what you agree with, right? What did you feel you were okay? Because again, Rhinestone was don't trigger her, don't get her upset. So you felt like you had the approval of Rhinestone, who was the big dog of the event, right? You had Trina there calling you saying, "Girl, you know you know what I'm saying." Did you and I was listen, I wasn't supposed to be in the room, but I was there. But the rest of the room was kind of like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Even Peach himself couldn't talk. So did you feel like I can do this rant because
I did. I felt like she was giving me my moment to get my rocks
she's
off.
giving me the green light. Peach ain't coming back at me, ain't attacking me back. So I'm just gonna keep going and going and going and going and going. Was that what was going through your fucking head?
Yeah, I felt like any other time she'd have dropped me. She been dropping me on my head. Shit, if I'm saying too much, she gonna drop me. If I'm cutting off too much, she gonna drop me. She know. She told y'all earlier last week, that I dropped Poozie. Shit, she said it. They like, who dropped Poozie? Me. Hell, who muted Poozie mic? Me. And the other time, she has taken control over her platform by way of me. And this was the one time I was like, well, shit, give them some more then. Y'all seen me
Now, my
pausing?
next question to you, hey, Surgeon's wife, baby. My next question is because Peach, I found out because I was like, what the hell is going on with Peach? Like, Peach wasn't saying anything. Found out he was like the rest of us, fucking shocked. Okay. Did you feel when Peach wasn't doing his normal comebacks with you? Did you feel I gotta keep dick because I'm not hurting this nigga? I'm not
But I
hurting
only
him.
kept
He
going
ain't
because he
saying
didn't
that.
interject with the roast. And then back in January, March, she called me up there and let me get it off my chest. She was like, y'all just let her talk back in March. When I was like, I don't understand why I have to allow any man, period, any person, period, to continue to talk to me like this. So I felt like she was letting me get my lick back way from March because I didn't ever get to get quote unquote my lick back. I felt like she was doing that. I really felt like she was hyping it up.
I agree with London in the comment. You mentioned that it was a roast. That wasn't a roast.
Well, it was in my mind. It was supposed to start off as a
Supposed to
roast,
start off as a roast, correct?
but I don't know how to roast somebody I don't like. I don't like him as a personally.
But
Has nothing to do with the
and you be,
drag.
I was about to say,
I
you
don't
be
like his
honest with me.
attitude.
Do you not like Peach because Peach is in the community?
No, it has nothing to do with the community. I don't like the way he be talking about handling them men's bodies like that, and the way that he just come for everybody.
That's you not liking that he's in the
No, I
community.
don't like the way he disrespects men, whether he knows that they're straight or not. I don't like the way that he talk. I don't like the way that he verbalizes his thoughts. It has nothing to do. Keyona, if you told a man the same thing, I wouldn't like you neither. I'd be like, who the fuck is this bitch sitting up there doing all that to that man?
Hold on. Fucking wait a minute. I'm so glad this panel is dropped because wouldn't nobody let you get away with this shit. Poozie, you tell people your mouth is ready. What the
I
fuck
told Boo my
difference
mouth was ready,
is
not people,
telling
Keyona. Don't
Boo
do that to
if
me.
your mouth is ready for him, then Peach telling Jesus,
It was a
I'll
difference
suck you
because
from behind.
me and Boo had already talked to each other sexually. Peach doesn't give people the man the opportunity to flirt with him or back with him. He just comes straight out and do it. And that day with Tiny Donnie for me was a breaking point after talking to Tiny Donnie and how he felt about being came on to like that. See, y'all didn't get the side conversation where I asked Tiny Donnie and I've asked a couple men, how do y'all feel when Peach come at y'all like that? Because I ain't never seen no other man do that but Peach.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with his letter in the community, whatever letter he represents in the community.
But let me say this: having having Trina read those, witness Trina read those text messages, I could say to you, well, it was what I said. I said Jesus need to hit you with the back of his sandal, on the back of your head with his
Boo
sandal.
initiated the sex during them conversations. I
Girl, a
responded
lot of
back to
time you
him.
were talking to yourself. So I could say, Poozie, why
But
would you
Kiana,
keep talking
I understand
sexually
where
to
you
this
didn't see the
man
phone
that's harassing
conversations.
him?
I understand where you didn't see the phone conversations, and Boo has taken accountability and said, as a man, I'm a man, and yeah, I did what I did. He said that last night on Tea Time platform. Somebody asked him about that again, and something in reference to that, and he said, well, shit, I'm a man, so, I mean, a nigga gonna do what a man gonna do, a nigga gonna do what a nigga gonna do, you feel me? Like, ain't nothing wrong
Okay.
with getting
So what
flirtatious and
if Peach doing
sexually.
what Peach doing? The men might not like it out on the front street, but they steady hitting him in the back door.
Do you know how Boo did?
Okay.
Has anybody asked Boo Didham how he felt when Peach described his penis that day? Nobody asked him how he felt.
Now we found out the problem. Peach said something to your nigga.
See,
Ding, 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 ding,
no,
ding.
no, 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 no.
Ding, ding, motherfucking ding. You took that shit out on him because he said something to Boo. Did him, Poozie. You exposed, baby.
I mean, at the end of the day, y'all gonna keep doing this. So no matter what I say, why I did what I did, y'all gonna keep having y'all answers as to why I
If
did
you
it. So I'm
say
gonna keep
it,
letting
we
y'all
can
be
work
right.
with it. That's
It
what you
did.
don't. Let me tell you something,
I
Boo.
didn't deny it, but you're trying to make that be the focal point, and I just told
But
y'all
you
ever since
listen to me.
January I've been
You're
waiting.
not.
Ever since
Do
March
you
I've been waiting to get my lick
understand,
back.
Poozie? The world and this whole app would let this shit go if you was to say, "No, I ain't like the
But
fact
I'm
I
not
did."
finna sit up there and pin it on one thing. Now, I don't give a fuck about the app letting it go because y'all gonna let go what you wanna let go and hold on to what you wanna hold on to. It's still some people can't stand my ass from January 2022 when I first came here from some shit
But
I
no,
said in the
Poozie, people
comments.
are wanting to know. Listen, and
I didn't come
hear
here to
me
be
out.
friends with
Just hear me
everybody,
out.
Kiana.
Hear me out. Hear me out. People want to know It's the person of Poozie who I might go in her platform. She might come in my platform. Is this a person who would like to see a whole people, destroyed? Or is this a bitch that's mad because, you know what I'm saying, a dude, you know what I'm saying, is this a cat fight? Because if it's a cat fight, I can fuck with you. But if you want to see this whole community gone, I can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Do you?
I don't know how many times you want me to say that I don't want the whole community gone, and it have everything to do the
With
same
the
way
boo
Peach
them,
felt.
right?
The same way Peach felt about not being able to get a word in back in March. I was Peach. I wasn't able to say shit. I wasn't able to respond when we left that live that day, and I went live and I was talking about Alexandra and them inserting themselves and things like that. I didn't get to actually say what I wanted to say because that day I went in trying to gain peace with me and Peach. Now, if we want to sit up here and say boo the reason and that'll get all y'all off of me, I can say that, Kiana, but guess what? It's still gonna be some people saying that wasn't what it is. Poozie just a hateful person. She had that shit harbored in her heart. And I've admitted that I've had some shit that I didn't even know was in me come up out of me. I didn't know that I despised the actions of the community. I don't despise the people. My mind says, when I said put everybody on the island, to me that meant no more of any of us. It wasn't saying that they should go on the island and die. I'm saying that if we really stick to this, which is acceptable, okay, fine, cool. But after a while, there'll be no more of us, period.
Like I said, I'm not even gonna lie. I feel better when you said the boo diggum described the dingaling because I'm like, okay, she was pissed off. You already mad because boo diggum did what he did. He's talking disrespectful to you. He was in that same, and he was trying to embarrass you in there. So I'm looking at it differently. You know what I'm saying? A little differently. What you said was fucked up, and you agree that you said it's fucked up. So what can we do now? You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at it a little bit differently now because he was trying his best to drag the shit out of you in front of 2,000 people. You got triggered.
Kiana, that man been dragging me in front of 2,000 people ever since that text message went up. He didn't just do that Saturday. That man, every fucking
But
where
she
he
did. She
went,
did drop him though. On his ass. Do you believe
and
that
I didn't
somebody sent her
understand that.
200? Did
I
you
didn't
do you
understand
believe
why she
somebody sent
dropped
her
him.
$200 though to drop him?
No. No, I believe that some of the things that I said, just like back in March when she led me up to say some of the things that I said, I think those are some of the things. As a host, if you 1,000% disagree, your answer is this my panel. But for some reason, it was 1,000% okay to silence his voice and drop him repetitively and then blame it on the mods when we don't know who did it. But this time I feel like it was her dropping him. I felt like she was silencing his voice.
Poozie, I'm gonna tell you what's getting ready to happen. Peach is coming up. I don't want you gonna get dropped on your ass.
No, and I do want to say this, Kiana. I heard him say that he looked at it as a job, and that's where me and Peach collided. Had I known that he was devoted to the show, I wouldn't have never did that with Peach. I'd have kept giving him his spotlight. I swear to God, because I know what it feels
He's
like
coming
to
up.
be a
Y'all gonna
part
get a
of the
chance to
show.
say what y'all gonna say, but if you say anything homophobic, you not only will you be dropped, you ain't never coming back. And don't even
Let me ask one question. If you're just now finding out that you're homophobic by the definitions that people keep giving you when you do something, how do you know that you finna do something? So I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say
what he
anything in
decides to do in
reference
his
to.
bedroom.
I'm
Your
not gonna
ass
say
got to go.
anything in reference to the community, period, or the actions that I may think
You
or
got
have seen be
to go.
displayed.
Good morning, Peach.
Good morning. So I wanted to come up because I feel as if the narrative keep getting spin and spin and spin. Now I'm seeing the narrative be are LGBTQ people allowed to say anything and straight people are not allowed to respond. And people are saying, well, Peach attacked Poozie for so long and she had a breaking moment and she should be vindicated because he just kept coming after her. if we go back to the truth, like I stated, the only issue that me and this lady had when I first came onto the app, I had laugh on my live. Maybe she was scrolling the TikTok streets. She came into the live. Like I stated yesterday, I went to her live picking. I went to her live picking. Again, I went to her live picking and I commented, I'm team laugh. I did not call her the B word. I did not get in her box and cuss her out. I said, I'm team laugh. That sent Poozie on a tirade. Oh, he got HIV. How dare this motherfucker come over on my life? She did all of that. I reached out to Laugh and said, I think I got something started because Poozie on her live going off. I didn't know she was going to do all that. She said, Pete, you don't know how Poozie is. Me and that lady done talked. So she went over and talked to her. They had a conversation. And then Poozie said, well, I got an LGBT cousin, da-da-da-da. I don't have no hate for the community. And so we was straight, right? Um, we may throw a little shade here and there, but we didn't really have no issues. And then I think maybe something else happened and we got into it. And then that's when the incident in March came where she said, why do Peach get to call me the B word or call women the B word, but we are not allowed to respond? And Poozie cried tears. She cried tears. And it was kind of like comical because she started crying, but then she was laughing and it was just all over the place. Um, but for her to be saying like she never got to get her lick back, people was rallying behind her. People was saying, right, why did he get to say the B word and she can't say nothing back? So to now act like, oh, I never got to really have a moment. You had a whole moment there live. And people was in the comments supporting her saying, yeah, that's not right. He shouldn't be calling women the B word. People was
Peach,
going,
I was saying that Diamond was letting me get my lick back Saturday.
even with that Poozie, and let's be clear, I agree with you. Okay, I can take accountability. I shouldn't be calling women bitches, right? But what I didn't understand when I get mad, but what I didn't understand was when
You
you
know you gonna holler, bitch.
when you tell your side of
Cover
the
the territory.
story, when you tell your side of the story, when it comes to me, that's a talking point for you. He's disrespectful to how he talked to women. He disrespectful. But in the same breath, you sat on T Time's panel and it's been posted on all these blog pages where Boo called you multiple bitches and you said, why y'all tripping? I've been called that my whole life. That don't bother me. So it feels to me like it's performative when you cry when I do it because it's like what he do and you cool with it. When I do it, you crying and upset and hurt behind.
That's where we keep bumping heads at. It's not about the words, bitch. It's about you threatening to harm me physically.
So let me speak on that.
It's never
When
about the
you go back
word.
to
It's
that
never
live,
about the.
Susie, I never said I was going to do that. When Barb was going, you and Barb was having y'all words back and forth. I put in the comments, "Scalper Barb." I never said
No,
I was
you
going
said it
to do
on
that.
Nitra platform.
Oh well, if I said on Nisha platform,
You
so
said you was gonna scalp me. The last verbal threat that I recall you telling me that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me was when you went on Nitra platform and said you was gonna scalp me and some more other stuff. It was only and solely about the physical harm with the verbal. I don't like verbal abuse, and what may be verbal abuse to you all may not be to me. Physical threatening me sends me into a pit of rage of having to want to defend my life.
okay. So I think that the disconnect, Poozie, is that I'm of a certain community and you're not, right? So there are certain words and phrases that are used that I can see you taking as a physical threat. Saying scalp her to me was not me literally meaning I was going to physically do that. That's another version of me saying like read a motherfucker. Like I'm going to
Like
read you
head
for
on.
filth.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just think
Thank you for
that
clearing that up, Peach, because I really truly apologize for feeling like you was verbally threatening harm to me that made me lash out at you and wish your life to be unalived.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a big disconnect. Scalp somebody, man, take their head off. You know what I'm saying? take them, read their ass all the way to the
That's
gutter.
like if you yell out drag her, that don't mean
Drag
physically
her
go
ass.
take a person
Where
and
I'm
drag
from,
them.
where I'm from, if I go on the south and I'm like, bitch, I'm finna scalp you, hoe, you got me fucked up. That mean I'm finna rip all her hair, every follicle out of her scalp.
So
It was
we had all of
miscommunication
this.
on demographics of a word that is used to describe roasting.
So
Peach,
we
I
had all of
apologize.
this that happened
You
because
was never trying to
months
physically harm
ago,
me.
months ago, y'all sat on a platform and was basically co-workers, and this never was worked out or rectified. And here, little old me on day 12 of my show.
Now, I will say that Peach has had more, he's had more of the showtime with them because Domino, I don't come over there to perform. She knows that. She knows that the situation with me in the reality show has been over with. So anytime that I've been over there since after around about April-ish, Diamond knows that I'm just coming as Poozie, not Poozie ... the titles. But like I
Do you
said,
accept her
when I
apology
watched,
now?
I'm
Do you
sorry, real
understand?
quick, Kiana, when I watched Peaches live last night, and he said that he was working over there. I think he was talking to Nosy. I remember I remember how I felt when she announced that I had the spot on the reality show. And I totally understand, Peach. I totally understand.
So, Peach, do you, now that we know the scalping was definitely not physical, meant in a physical manner, it's just a colloquialism in our culture, meaning give it to her, give it all to her. Do you accept her apology now that we know there's a disconnect?
I accept the acknowledgement of what was said. As far as the other things, um, I mean, I still feel like we wouldn't be here if it had stayed between me and Poozie. When it went to the whole entire community, I don't really think that's for me to be the person to say like, yeah, I approve of it, and then everybody like it's people like she said, people have forgiven her, some people have not. That's for her and the community to have. I know for me personally, um,
It's not there yet. It's not there yet.
yeah, I'm still processing a lot of that because, like I said, for me, Kiana, I wasn't raised with certain hatreds and I wasn't taught certain things. So if I get into it with a YT person today, my first thought ain't gonna be to call them a slur. I'm gonna be call them a bitch.
Right.
I may call them an MF, but the first thought ain't to say a slur because they didn't hurt my feelings. So I think that I don't really know if it's like this
But
happened
let
and
me
this.
ask this. Let me ask this now. Hold on.
Mhm.
Hear me out. If you and a YT person were co-workers and this YT person said something that you felt meant they were going to unalive you, right? That they wanted you unalive. And y'all still had to work together and it festered and it festered and it festered. Do you think that one day when, let's say, the CEO of the company is there and you and this YT person get into it and the CEO of the company feels like, hey, I'm going to just let y'all talk. And the person realized, well, I got the CEO approval. Now I can say, would you say then the word?
Hell no, I'm finna record your ass and get paid. I'm finna get a check.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because again, when the CEO is there and you feel like the CEO has got your back and giving you this opportunity to do your big one, and you can't get in trouble and ain't nothing can happen to you, would you go all the way to the limit that day? Would you go like, this day they did this and I didn't get a chance to say nothing. This and now I got the big dog with me. The big dog let me say whatever. Would you go too far that day?
I will say what happened was a moment in time. And, I think it would be a great topic of a wonder and conversation. Kiana, I truly don't know what was happening in that moment. Like I said,
Well,
I was
you know
shocked.
what was happening.
I
The
mean,
big
I heard the
dog gave her
words.
the microphone to say those things and was steady taking up for her. And the people in the room didn't want to piss off the big dog, so they was kind of taking up for her. You was stunned, so you wasn't even doing your normal, bitch, who you think you are? You ain't gonna say this to me. You was just like, whoa, what's going on here? So she's like, well, hell, this is what we're doing today. I can do this thing.
The only thing I know is that I would have never been allowed to do that.
Absolutely.
And that's on any platform.
Absolutely.
Because while we having these conversations that women are not protected and the LGBT can say whatever they want, that's absolutely not true. There is no platform on this app that would have allowed me to say and speak at
Yeah,
that
all
little
y'all women,
time.
we take y'all men, and all y'all just mad because we got y'all men, and all y'all bitches can die now. Simply, and because if you do, we'll have them. You would have been cut off
Yeah,
personally.
everybody that y'all can name would have cut me off and be like, "Hold on, Peach, nah, you're not finna say that." Like it would have been an interjection. Also,
But
I
that's what
just know
makes
I
me
wouldn't have
upset
been
with
allowed
you,
to
and I'm
do
glad
that.
I got you here. It's so disheartening, Pete, for me to hear you say that you just release her of any culpability. She gave her the microphone. She's the CEO of the company that y'all work for, so to speak. And it's not right because again, if Jeff Bezos was at the headquarters of Amazon and two people got into it there and Jeff was like, here, go on and say what you want to say to this motherfucker. You and I both know no one would accept that person saying Jeff didn't do anything wrong. You know that their lawyers would be saying, listen, Jeff gave you the microphone. Jeff moved, more it wrong than the person who said it. So why do you keep doing? That's what I think so many people is upset with you, because we want you to flagship this thing so we all, self-included, can learn to stop saying certain things when we get mad with certain people in other communities, right? But when you release a responsibility from one and not the other, it diminishes the whole thing and say, well, fuck it, let's do business as usual. Why do you? And I'm not just saying that because I don't like fucking rhinestone, but when you say that, is it diminishes the whole thing because she had the microphone. She holds the most impressionable. She's impressionable over y'all. Y'all hold her to a higher esteem. Why? I don't know, but y'all do. And so you let her off the hook, and it makes everybody go, well, fuck it then.
I guess for me, I just don't. I guess because I've talked to her at great lengths multiple times, I don't feel like that's in her heart, right? If that's in her heart, then I got play, I got food. But
Have
I
you
feel like
talked to her since it happened?
no, we have not had any communication since that happened.
There you go.
But what I will say is, I don't feel as if she's a homophobic person. And I heard Poozie say, I feel like she wanted me to say what she couldn't say. I don't believe that. Um, I don't know what the situation is. I will say what I do hold her accountable for is what she says when she reads those messages. Because regardless of a person sending you cash app saying anything, you can decide what you're gonna read and what you're not gonna read, right? And I'm not going for that whole whatever that I think, because this has come up time and time again, and there's some excuse made about how the cash apps get rid. At the end of the day, if a motherfucker send you a threat through a cash app and say I'm put pew pew somebody,
You ain't gonna
you gonna
read
say, well, I gotta read it because they pay for. No, I'm not gonna read that shit. So, I feel like when I would say that, you reading some of the messages because that message is saying what I want to say, but I'm gonna say it I'm gonna say it what the Cash App person said it, so I'm gonna read. Now I would say that. I would definitely co-sign that.
Well, let
But
me
as
ask
far
this
as
question. How do you feel when you're
I
trying to
understand that.
release her? Hold on one second. How do you feel when you're trying to release her from responsibility, but she's trying to recruit people to blame you, such as the cash out message, such as what Laugh, your friend, said yesterday?
oh, I
I've
didn't hear what she
seen
said
pictures.
yesterday.
I've seen, and we talked about it on my show yesterday evening because I couldn't believe it. I came back live. This is your friend, and out of
What did she
nowhere
say?
they
I
having
didn't
a
hear
discussion
anything
in there
from
last
her.
night, and she goes, "Well, I seen Peach say to who is it, Mac or Mark? Which one is it, Marshall or Mac Macaroni? I don't know, but the one that got the roommate,
Oh,
whichever
Marshall.
that is,
Mm-hmm.
you Marshall. What you said, Peach said, well, don't you got a roommate? Y'all be in there acting each other off." That
Mm-hmm.
wasn't appropriate for Peach to say that to Marshall. And I'm like, so they don't recruited her to say, well, Peach has been doing these type of things. His friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you keep releasing her from responsibility, and they keep recruiting people to double and triple and quadruple
So this
down
is the
on
thing
how
though,
you're
Kiana.
wrong.
They cannot.
The
You can.
tide changes with the audience, Kiana. The tide changes with the audience.
I'm going to allow people to say whatever they need to say to make themselves feel better, to find a community. Like I stated on my live yesterday, outside of this platform, some of these people have nothing. So
Right,
these TikTok personas, this is their big moment.
right.
If you want to take your moment to drag Peach or try to paint Peachtree Poppy as a problem, I'm okay with that. Cause on a whole nother platform, they don't know shit about Peachtree Poppy, and I got over 200,000 followers. Outside this motherfucking app, I got motion. So I don't give a fuck about nobody recruiting people to take down Peachtree Poppy on TikTok on messy talk. Like I
But
don't give a
check the
fuck about
optics though,
that.
Peach. Check the optics. Because again, this is damage control being done this week, right? So the
Mhm.
optics is, let's read the cash app. So because again, it was told it was 105 cash apps, then about 20 get read. So that means it won. But we gotta scroll through them and find the one that says, what the audience is saying. Peach is wrong. Okay, we gotta get his bestie to say Peach though be doing that type of shit. So by the time the
Well,
week
I
is
will say
over,
this.
we're back to
That's
business.
not my bestie. That's
Well,
not my best friend.
well,
Um.
here's the thing. The
Mhm.
other night when you were in your room, you mentioned her while you was in your distress. You mentioned you was like, I can't even call my friend because she's having a show, but da da da. So it gave the optics of that's your bestie on the app. You big upped her that night and so on and so forth. So and they saw that. That's why they used that. To say, okay, listen, for you to still be the comedian at the show, you're gonna have to go against him.
But Kiana, let me tell you this: when you stand with a person and when you fuck with a person, they can't use you to do shit.
That's true.
Because if I could be used to do shit, I'll be over here right now calling Diamond all kind of bitches, hoes, and sluts and dragging her for filth. I would be really playing into the narrative and doing all of this shit. But that's not in my spirit to do. So if you're going around now on panels dragging me and oh Peach be doing it, that means and I'm gonna keep it 100. We in a bad place right now. So I really feel like maybe some of it is just being petty. Like, well, we having a moment in our friendship right now, so I'm gonna go be petty and say certain shit. But at the end of the day, that's not gonna move me or get me out of my body. Like, say what you want to say. Have y'all moment. I do not care. I had a life before I met these people. Like, some of these people literally were made on this platform. So that's why they have the control and shit that they have. Like I told you yesterday, I was working for a whole record label. I've been going backstage and doing shit. Like, this is not new to me. This shit don't mean nothing to me. They can delete my
So
page
you're
today. My
from the
life don't
entertainment
stop.
industry, so you know backstabbery very
Yeah,
well.
like my life don't stop because I'm not on that live no more.
Right, yeah. Because
Before,
you, like I said, you from that industry, and I wanted.
this
I know
was
you
a
had to go
distract. This
yesterday, but
has
I
been a
definitely want to
distraction
talk
for
more
me.
to you about that industry and
Yeah, this
your
has been nothing but a distraction. I gained nothing from being over
right.
there. It ain't like, oh, we put 200,000 in his pocket. He bought a brand new house. He bought because I saw somebody said it in your comments or somebody commented something about was you getting paid? Like, let's stop acting like I was getting a check or some shit. Like motherfuckers was giving me hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like we
Well,
was over
somebody
there.
mentioned that you said what you said, and that you keep saying that she's not at fault because of an NDA. And I said, well, here's the thing: that dog ain't gonna hunt because Poozie. Let's be clear: what you did to him was a hate crime, and a NDA won't survive a hate crime. You know what I'm saying? Or any crime for that matter. So when, like with Cassidy, she signed a NDA with Puffy, but because what he did to her was an actual crime, you can tell or say what you want to say about someone or their corporation when a crime has been committed. So that's why I said if Rhinestone Handle went live herself from her page and left it on Erica, she'd have had a leg to stand on. But she went live and you guys acted as her employees or whatever, then the company is at fault. So the NDA is moot, as
And
we
I
say
don't
in
have an
the.
NDA.
Okay,
Now,
well, great. That clears that up,
yeah.
y'all. There is no NDA. Everybody swears you signed it.
No, we at one point I was there was something taking place and we were in conversations about that, but I never signed NDA. Now I know Manny be playing something, but he done got signed one. But I have not signed anything. Nothing has been notarized. But like I said, I don't have any hatred towards her, and I don't give a damn who they get to recruit and come talk shit. One thing about this app, like they have been saying all weekend, particularly Hoover, when it's your day, it's your day, right? So at this moment, it's like, let's
That was
drag Peach.
disgusting. That was disgusting.
Well,
Cause what day is hate speech day? What day? What y'all didn't let me know? 'Cause I don't want to come that day.
yeah, but then everybody says, well, worse has been said. So
Yeah, we do say. Okay, okay. I'm gonna ask you because you're in. I asked Chasen the other day, and I'm gonna ask you: Is Issy and Agate worse or the same as saying all y'all need to die? Which one is it? Which one better? Which one would you rather someone call you? Agate, or you need to die because you're in that community? Or are they both the same? I need to know. Because I know when we out here being and owing, that dude, you've seen some people that come out. And I'm glad that you want, you.
So I'm gonna be honest because, like I stated, when they keep trying to tell what Peach do, Peach take accountability. I have said those words. Shit, I said it on Bella Loud of Nowhere one day. I called him the F word. So I don't really. I think to me the wishing the unaliving is horrible. But I think that for some people, they don't want to be called either one. Me particularly because I'm so desensitized to those slurs that don't really take me out like, oh, I can't believe you said, like, I just, because it's like I'm in the black community. I've heard those terms before, and I
You
just
said
pop off
that the
that.
part that was the most hurtful to you because you are desensitized to the words. You said the part that was the most hurtful to you is that you didn't get a chance to get your lick back. Is that right?
Yeah, because I'm like, it was the whole like, don't trigger her,
Right.
and I'm like, excuse me, like, did we not hear the whole like? I just that really had sent. That's why I was like, you finna piss. I'm finna get pissed the fuck off.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
finna get pissed the fuck off because there's no way all that is gonna be said and there's gonna be no rebuttal to that. And so that's why when people keep jumping in these boxes saying, well, you can't get mad when it's your time. I'm not upset. I'm pissed because I didn't get to defend myself. Now the community is hurt and the community got in my DM saying, Peach, I'm pissed that all this got to take place.
Right.
And then the funny part about it is, this how you tell motherfuckers ain't too smart. If we was really smart, why didn't nobody say, well, you know what? Let's set up like what you doing now. Let's drop the whole panel and let's have a conversation to try to at least clean this up a little bit.
That's what
But
I was thinking
instead,
she would do. I thought
instead we
she
woke
would
up
do.
with the mindset of, well, let's blame and let's bring up everything this boy has done and blame it all on him.
But that's when you don't know how to run a company,
And any other time, Diamond would say, okay, Peach, you gotta let her talk. Okay, Poozie, you gotta let her talk. I mean, you gotta let him talk. Any other time, Diamond has initiated control with us going back and forth. This day, she didn't let Peach have a word.
Vengeance.
Do you remember on Love and Hip Hop when Erica Mena had called Spice a monkey,
Monkey.
and then they terminated Erica Mena, and then MTV as a corporation got together and they got like Spice and Safari and Rashida, some of the dark skinned cast members, Yandy, and they said, "How do y'all feel about that word? How do y'all feel about colorism?" Like they had a whole conversation about it.
Right.
If it was PR. But they did that so that they could smooth their situation out and they could move forward.
Well, Peach, I know you're not going to agree with me, but the reality is y'all have put her in that position where it's y'all idolize her so much that she didn't realize she had a task. And one, she's not a business owner, but she had her first task should have been yesterday. Fuck me, and I'm going to quit or not going to quit. I still got to get Poozie, Icon, Manny, a few more to get on a panel and we talk this out. Poozie, you gonna stay in the comments, but because I want to talk to the community first, and then Poozie, you need to come up and do your apologies and this, that, and the third, and then you and Icon need to talk and see how this happened. So she don't know how to run a company. Ain't nothing you can do with that. But again,
Oh
y'all
yeah,
put
Miss
her at
Nature
fault
did.
But her
because
That's
she
right.
thought
my
she
ears,
thought
and
the
I
first
know
order of business should be whether or not she need to leave this motherfucking app. Do you understand the idolatry in that bullshit?
Chaotic reminded me, Miss Nitra did say me and Poozie could come over there and have a conversation. So she did.
I was in
Well,
there and
y'all don't
I
work
did
for
see you say that
her.
you would be
Y'all
open.
don't work for Nitra. Y'all was on the
I
Diamond
don't
Show.
I don't work for Diamond.
Well, you wasn't a contributor to the show.
No, I was just a supporter
Y'all
of
were
the
not
lady that
regular
I met.
contributors to that show. I'm day 12. Sobe is a great contributor to my show. I do something that involves Sobe. I'm worried about Sobe. Fuck me or whether or not I want to be on the app. I gotta figure out what I did to Sobe and Sobe's community or Sobe's family or Sobe's whatever
But
neighborhood.
Diamond acknowledged yesterday that I'm no longer welcome at her boxes, period.
Diamond was concerned about whether or not she was gonna be on the goddamn show and how y'all was gonna beg and plead her to come stay. She was not worried about anybody's family, community, or whatever. Let's call it what it is because it's idolatry that y'all have put up to say she's even above an entire fucking community. After some Hitler type shit was spewed on her show the other day, she says, I'm still above that. I'm above reproach. Even Hitler himself had to leave here. Who the hell she think he is? So you got yourselves to blame for that.
Well, she did apologize to the community, and I thought that was
You
heartfelt.
I can't tell people where to place them at, but I do feel like Diamond owed Peach an apology for not allowing his voice to be heard the day
So
before he
let
was
let me
being
say
attacked.
this. At this time, I don't want an apology. At this time, I don't want to have a conversation. I stated to Nosy last night, I am thankful for the opportunity and I'm moving forward. Too much to me, too much shade and attitude and sass and eye roll and all that. We not finna do a whole performative TikTok. I'm sorry and get the crime. I'm not doing all that. I'm good.
you know what I hear out of you,
I'm gonna say
Peach?
this
Because
piece.
give me 1 second, Sophie. Because in one breath, I hear you say, "Oh, she meant that. She's a good person," and on the other breath, you're like sassing it. You make me feel like she's your auntie that you have to put up with her bullshit, but you actually love her. But she come with that. I'm that auntie in my family, but she come with the bullshit. But on the flip side, she's really a good person, but she got a bunch of bullshit with her. Is that how you feel about Diamond?
I feel like I met a beautiful woman who, outside this app, is very kind, very sweet, is great energy to be around. And so I love that. The app persona and all of that kind of stuff. I'm good on all of
Okay,
that.
so okay, so the app. Hey, so who she is
Once
on the
you
app?
realize, once you recognize her, if you meet her in person, you recognize the person that you meeting versus the person that you seeing on TikTok. And I can totally agree with Peach. Um, Diamond outside of TikTok is an amazing person. That lady is amazing. She cool as fuck, down to earth, straightforward, uncut, real raw. The stuff that y'all see on the show is damn nearly a total different Diamond. The Diamond that y'all seen yesterday
So
was the
she
Diamond that
fake.
I
So
met.
basically, she fake.
But it's
You heard
her
it here first,
business.
people.
When
That bitch is fake.
Trina helped me to recognize when you see it as her business, then you understand the cap that she has on.
Why would anyone want to be who she is on the business level instead of
I'm
being
not saying nobody want to be that.
a dope?
I'm just saying that Diamond had the Black Diamond, BLAQQDIAMON. That is a business persona that she has to
It ain't
maintain on
working.
this
It
app.
ain't working for the business
Is she still getting paid?
because we are on a free app. On a free app.
But that is why I have stated several times, I didn't understand that so many people took the things I said personal, because to me, I felt like I was just playing a character. I was being funny, I was being sassy, whatever. But when I got off the app, I was going to Popeyes. I was, and to be honest, let's
I
talk
would
for
have never
real.
attacked his character on the show because
Let's
I
take a look
know
at the Popeyes thing, Kiana. I've eaten Popeyes twice this year, but every time I talk, I mention that shit. That's a part of my character.
I
When you
got you.
see Manny on that live and he got that damn Bob Marley wig on, that's a part of his character. So a lot of things I was doing was a part of a character. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my mouth was reckless. I'm not gonna act like, somebody gave me a script. I was saying the shit, but I thought it was entertainment because on this side of TikTok, that's how motherfuckers be talking over. They cuss your ass out. They
But
be
bitch,
reading you for
I
free.
started liking you after
And
you
let me
apologized to
apologize for
Bella.
taking offense to that,
I liked you
Peach,
when you
because I really
apologized to
thought that's
Bella.
just who you
Cause
were.
this is me. My team know I am a big apology person. Like if I don't feel like I'm wrong, it's fuck you. It's fuck you forever. But if I know I'm wrong, I'm gonna apologize. So when I see other people apologize, I be like, okay, they apologize. We're not gonna keep holding this shit over their head now. That shit, that's water over the bridge. They don't apologize, especially if the other person accepted it. And you and Bella made amends. So to me, whatever was said with Bella, I didn't look at you in that make. I didn't look at that against you ever again. You know what I'm saying? Because you apologized and you moved on. So I don't understand what's so hard with her about apologizing.
Right. And Lovely said you can't tell a company or I was acting, but y'all always say this is for entertainment purposes only. Literally, when people are genuinely hurt, y'all be in the comments saying, okay, can we move on to something else? They done made up now. Where the drama at? Where the drama at? Kiana, you could never start a live and say, "Y'all, I'm a cook. I'm a cook fish today and some grits." You may have people that really fuck with you sitting here and watch that, but they gonna leave
Yeah, the
out the
room gonna
to
empty
find where
out.
the drama at.
But we cleaning up today. Sobe, I wanted to hear because Sobe was one of, and I brought Sobe up intentionally. Sobe was one of the people when we were all in the outrage, myself included. Sobe was like, not. So can you expound now that Peach is here, Sobe? Why did you feel differently?
So my point, my thing is right. This thing happens on the app all the time, and what was happening on that Diamond show was degrading to the black community already. So why now are we so outraged when it happened to another community? That's
I
my.
guess Sobe is saying, Pete, you a black man first before you are a man of the community.
And
You
I'm
are
not
a black.
questioning his community. Like that part, it's just like if you were sitting on that show for all this time when it's been degrading the black community and no one was outraged. So I
But is
don't
that
get.
that that? Well, then that means that's a question for us because we're the ones that were outraged. So I guess
Yeah, that's why I said that. I mean,
I
that's
get
that,
it.
So, like I stated yesterday, and I told somebody this privately, I see the other side of this narrative, right? Because in the country right now, I'm an honest person. We're gonna be honest. In the country right now, a lot of people feel as if when it comes to black and brown people, they are not protected. However, there's so much protection for the LGBT, right?
Right? It's like y'all
So
skipped the line, and I
I
had my man
yeah,
there. Like, why they get to skip the line?
you can say whatever to me, but when it come to them, now it's the end of the world.
Right.
So I think that that's just the climate that we're in. It's we hear some of the things that I said on this platform. I don't think people are not hurt or not disgusted by them, but for some people, this is their entertainment. Just like watching a Jerry Springer, just like watching a Maury. Some of that shit was disgusting and it went on TV for 20 plus years. And people were huge fans of that shit. People tune in every morning to watch all of these different lives. Some of these people spend the whole day and night on this app, no matter how disgusting this shit get. So I think that when it hit the community, that was just a trigger for some people. And
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I did not realize so many people of the community were even present until I started to get the DM messages and people were saying, this happened. And I was like, oh wow. I had no idea all y'all was even supporting me or following me. Because these people have sat in the back. These are the people that never comment. They're just watching. But I always said, when you sit in these lives with thousands of people and there were homophobic things said, you don't think I'm the only gay boy in the whole live out of 2,000 people? It's just people that never comment and never say nothing.
So when you're arguing with your average person on that show, Poozie or whomever, and she go, "Well, you agate that don't mess with you."
It don't mess with me because I know I'm a clapback.
Okay. So you saying, "Hey, it's par for the course."
I'm gonna respond.
There you go.
What's gonna piss me off is if they're saying and it's like drop peach.
Well, well. The reason I want to get this clarified because we know things will continue to happen on this app, and it's good to hear people say, "Listen, you call me all the Aggies, Issies, or whatever you want, as long as I get to call your ass a bitch, HOE, and
So
all the other
Tiana, let
stuff."
me tell you an issue I had with Manny a couple months ago, right? I was seeing Manny come up in panels. I was seeing Manny go on multiple lives, and I was seeing him being called all kind of shit, and he would just laugh, "Oh, girl,"
Yes, he do.
uh-huh. And I was like, if you don't fucking go in on them, like that's my thing. People, words, people can say what they want with their mouth, right? But I'm very big on defending yourself. I don't like, and I think I heard somebody try to say that to him. Oh, Manny, I like you because when people call you all that kind of stuff, you just laugh and and you don't take it to heart. There's no way in fuck you gonna talk to me and call me all kind of slurs and shit, and I'm finna say, whatever.
Well, here's the
I'm finna
thing.
give your ass
I
hell.
I asked him that yesterday because I called him Duck. I said, you be ducking the smoke and you let stuff roll off your back. Now I don't know if you saw that this thing between him and Hoover yesterday, but he wanted all the smoke yesterday with Hoover.
Oh well, see, I haven't seen that clip.
Ooh, he took up for himself yesterday and gave it to Hoover. Okay, but he explained he comes from corporate America. See, you came from the entertainment industry, right? And it's a lot that go, one, let's be clear, the LGBTQIA plus community runs that industry, right? So you guys have more power over there. You can clap back over there. So if you have something that you don't like going on over there, your ass can say what you want to say and you ain't going to get fired, right? Where in corporate world, depending on the company, Manny would have been the first one to get fired. So he's learned how to acclimate. You know what I'm saying? And you've even learned how to acclimate where you are. Like, hey, over here it's popping shit. I can say whatever.
He
Somebody
learned
says
how to
something, puts their
maneuver.
ass. Go ahead, so.
So yeah, Manny learned how to maneuver and navigate that scene. That's I agree with that.
That's because Manny told Diamond to her face, "This not what I came here for," and Diamond still wanted him to know that he would be good at breaking news as long as he didn't drag her. Manny was paid to not go live to protect Diamond a week or two ago. As long as I heard Manny say, "This ain't what I came here for. I came to get my music and stuff out." And it was still, you can do your music, but do this right now for the moment until you finish, until you get tired. And that's where a lot of us get lured in at, because when you have somebody of that caliber to tell you that they see you doing a new niche and money comes with it and your bills come through and he acknowledge, my bills gonna come first over these nails. Your mind tell you, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it for 30 days. But then when you got a big influencer influencing you to continue, now
Now,
what?
Peach, what was the benefit? Because Manny said he wanted to, she had a large platform. What was the benefit for you? Because again, I'll say it and I'll say it again. I thought both of y'all were bigger than her. You know what I mean? Because listen. If I want 100,000 followers, I promise you I can have them by probably midnight. I got a bag so I can buy them. You know what I mean? So, but the personalities that y'all have, the things that y'all have accomplished, the things that y'all have done, y'all are bigger than her. So how did she Jedi mind trick y'all and think y'all were not?
So if I'm completely honest, before I even found this side of TikTok, on my main page, I had 80,000 followers because I do these silly Beyonce voiceovers, like I'm sending her messages in her DMs. I was already going viral and being posted on blogs. My celebrity friends were seeing it and they were like, "Is this you? Because I'm seeing this on the blog and it sounds like your voice." So I was already doing great on TikTok. I actually put a pause on that and got on the live side and started doing all this bullshit. So, like I said, if anything, this has been a distraction for the last year because in my real life, I'm not walking around Atlanta, pulling up, jumping out of cars, fighting, cussing motherfuckers out. Like, I'm not doing all of that.
Right.
So I can't, I say if there was ever a benefit, it was in doing all of that, I found out like, oh, I can write music a little bit, And so I was able to get support financially behind putting out music and going to the studio and doing things like that. And I was able to find a different group of people that like me and support me. And hopefully I can transition them over to my acting things and my entertainment stuff. But as far as like I said, what Manny has been able to do is amazing because that's what he wanted.
But
I
you and
never
Manny are
wanted a
just another
platform like
drop.
that.
I'm just being honest with you. You and
Uh-huh.
Manny are just another drop queen. Y'all stuck out like sore thumbs, but unfortunately for y'all, it appeared that because of your sexual preference is the reason why you didn't fit in. Is no, you were bigger than the platform is why you didn't fit in. Drop was smarter than the platform. Y'all were more talented than the platform. And that's why y'all asses get hell over there. You didn't fit in because you're bigger than the platform.
I don't think I was bigger than the
You are.
Let me say this.
You are.
What she has, I think is great. And I hope it continues to grow. And I can say that, Keyona, because I don't want that. I don't have a desire to be the biggest show on TikTok. Like that. I have a desire to be on Stars, on HBO, on NBC, BET. I have a desire to produce projects and films for queer people, for black people, bring back movies like Soul Food and set it off them good black movies we love to watch. That's what my passion is. My passion is being another Tyler Perry one day and owning a film studio. That's what my goal is. My
But
goal is not
okay,
having a
let's
fucking
be
live
clear.
panel.
Mine was to
Let's
be
be
on real
clear.
reality shows like The
Yeah.
Circle and Biggest Brother, things like that. Like I've always knew that I would be on reality shows, but I understand,
Yeah, because you
and,
Tammy
not
Roman.
only do I
You Tammy
understand, but I
Roman. You
agree
Tammy
that
Roman. You
going
crazy as hell to
constantly,
say anything. Peaches,
going to that
Poozie, you Tammy Roman
platform.
all day. Yeah, you do need a big brother. But the only problem with you
The,
and Tammy Roman, your ass probably will cut someone. But
no, I
Peaches,
wouldn't. I wouldn't. But
let
the
me
thing
say this
is,
to you.
when
In a
we
time, let me give me 1 second, Pooh. In a time where time moves fast, you even when I've seen you, I said, oh, he kind of put me in the mind of P Valley, right? So time be moving real fast. You wasted a lot of it over there, not because you're marketable, right? You and Manny, but you're marketable because of where we are in this space in time, right? And why continue to waste your time instead of saying, I know I'm marketable. I'm actually in the town where I'm marketable, Atlanta. I mean, you know what I mean? I ain't got to be like they used to have to do back in the day. You had to hit your ride to LA, California, IA, trying to get famous. You're in the town for it. You're rubbing the elbows with the people. You have the persona. You have all of that. Why the fuck is you wasting your time on a 6 to 12 show?
So
On the
that's what I
freeway.
was stating yesterday. That's where I had a conversation with my manager, my TikTok manager, and I was like, I want to transition out. That's why I'm saying, like I said yesterday, I feel as if, and it wasn't because she had done anything or something, or I didn't even know this was gonna happen like it happened. But
You
I was
need to
already
because you
feeling
got
like,
to go. You got shit to do.
right. So I feel like this was just like you not moving fast enough. Like you need to go. So that's why I think for me, I'm able to just release this. I mean, obviously, I was upset the initial time, the night that it happened. But like somebody in your comments was like, "Oh, they was blaming you this morning." I don't care. They can talk about me and blame me all week. That's their issue. I'm moving the fuck on. I don't care about them people like that.
But
Like
my biggest thing, I'm happy to know that it Poozie did. You know, again, I discovered a few things. One, she mad at you for describing her man, dangling, and two,
and I meant to let me speak. Please let me speak on this. When I said that in Nitra's live, while Poozie was talking that day, I'm a big fan of Phaedra. I love her on the Atlanta Housewives. I was literally on my computer typing that read up. Okay. So I was trying to be like a little baby Trip. I ain't talked to that man, and I just assumed that he had a big one. There was nothing more than to try to read Poozie and be creative with the read. They don't, and Dingaling a Gold, I got that from Tamar Braxton. So again, that was just being witty
Peach,
and
I
being
didn't get
creative.
offended by that. That didn't strike it for me. It didn't. It
you
was the
ain't gonna
way.
tell the truth. You know it did.
I've acknowledged that the way that you come at men was the how you did that was my issue with you. It had nothing to do with him. We all know he is community pickle.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So, Icon, I have a question. So, you have aspirations and dreams outside of TikTok, right? But did any of you that was on the Diamond Morning Show take into consideration that what y'all are doing and a part of could jeopardize that?
I did, and that's why I was glad that they silently fired me, because the circle would never accept me at all. The circle would not have me. No, well, after my statement, the circle still ain't gonna have me. But no, and I should have really, really considered why I came to TikTok every time I was over there, and I didn't.
So to be quite honest, the only thing it's gonna jeopardize is me not getting a Disney Channel show.
Well,
Um,
look, and come to find out, they the biggest behind the scenes owners. They are the
Because
producers.
I feel like I've seen so many people that have done all kind of spicy content and done so many things. I think that with the right team and the right rebrand, you can move forward. I don't know how many of y'all know T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison got songs with Beyonce, and 20 years ago, she was in her basement filming X videos. So it's not about your past. I'm a big believer of your past does not determine your future. Now, it can put some eyes on you. It can make some people side eye you, but anybody can revamp and rebrand and move forward, because some of y'all on this app are rebranding. Because who you portray to be on this app is not who you've been in your real life. And that's why you got these egos that you have. So
Judge Mathis is a
I'm
perfect
all
example.
about moving forward.
Because Judge Master is hood in person. For real.
Exactly. Judge Mathis did it. Anybody can do it.
Will get with you. Now, Peach, question for you. When you went on the show, right, did your intentions go, oh, okay, she got a big platform. Did you forget and just got complacent with arguing every day? Did you forget what your mission was, what you were supposed to be accomplishing over there? Is getting more of the icon out?
Like Bella, I'm young. I'll be 31 in October. And so I feel like when I went over there, at first I was like, oh, all the black people here. But then when I listened to how everybody was talking, it was kind of nostalgic, because I'm like, oh, this kind of like high school. Like, we cussing each other out. We
Right.
fighting over
The
petty
cafeteria
shit.
table.
Yeah, so I think that I fell back into that. Cause like I said, in my day-to-day life, I don't talk to my real friends like that. I'm not cussing my real friends out. I'm not calling them bitches and hoes. So I think that kind of took me back to that, and I lost sight. And I will say that, but again, that's my fault. I can't say nobody else was telling me to say things, or I was saying things because I felt like that was entertaining. And then at times I got my feelings hurt. Because I saw somebody else say, "Well, when you cried on the live, was that fake?" And then somebody else said it was Tubi tears. I
The
think
Tuber
that
tears. The
right.
Tuber tears.
I think that underneath the jokes and the characters and whatever else we say, we are still human beings. And so I will admit that while certain things in the beginning were being performative, at certain times the line did get blurred. And at certain times my real feelings did come into play. I'm not afraid to admit that. Like, I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. Just like with an actor, when actors play certain characters, I just saw Angela Bassett say when she played Tina Turner and she had to go through some of those scenes, she was really crying after filming that shit because that shit was fucking with her.
Right.
Some actors, Taraji P. Henson, has said she has to go to therapy after certain characters because playing certain characters really fuck with you as a person. So to answer his question, sitting in some of these situations, while I tried my best to keep it performative, it did fuck with me. And I can acknowledge that maybe certain things I've said when Poozie say hurt her feelings probably did fuck with her, even though when I was saying them, I was thinking like we just doing it like people the numbers keep going up, we getting gifts, like it's just entertainment. You
It,
cuss me
it,
out, I cuss you out, the
it,
show end, the next day we laugh. Like I just thought it was entertainment.
this
That
is
was
I
great,
feel
right?
so fucking
That,
stupid that I fumbled that fucking bag opportunity with you, because I know we could have did it had I contained my feelings
that
and
was
went into actress mode. I know
Well,
we would have
what I was
rocked it.
wanting to
so
say. Did both of
icon.
y'all now remember your power and your passion for what you want to do in real life after this incident? Do you
So,
both remember your power?
so icon, what you just said, right, is very true, right? Because like what Angela Bassett did. Because I'll tell you this: when I watched that movie, Lawrence Fishburne could have got him because he played it so well. And so that was my point when it comes to the black community and what was happening over there, that impact that it was having. on lots of black
Black
people.
community.
No one took sight of.
Yes.
No one.
Thank you for spotlighting that, Sophie. That her platform, as performative as it is hurtful and damaging to our community. Thank you for standing up for our community, Sophie. I want to say that to you because again, we get mad sometimes. Like, LGBT, you just skip the line. But we do have to remember when we're fighting other people's battle, we still have not won. We haven't crossed the finish line ourselves. So shout out to Sobe for that to say, listen, y'all all participating in something that is detrimental to our community, and now you want us to be like booyah for this community. And
But
we're
it's
not dismissive of Peach
but
and what happened, but we
there's
My
also need.
intersectionality, Kiana. Kiana,
my
there's
blood
intersectionality. So
family does
Hold on
not
one
there's
second,
support.
Pooh. What you said? So
there's intersectionality, and it matters. But you can't negate one for the other.
for the other, exactly. Go
My
ahead, Pooh.
my blood family, they do not support me on their platform. They come through my live. They'll come through this live and they'll sit here and watch. But my cousins, my aunties, my uncles, that when I told them, what was happening with me in January and brought them over to that atmosphere, my family told me, this is what you want to do. I
Wow.
say, y'all, I gotta get my name out here. So just ride with it. And I was like, people gonna attack me, people gonna do this. Y'all cannot bring us to this platform, to TikTok. And my family was like, well, we just won't support you at all. They didn't support the reality show vision. They didn't support me being over on that platform. They love Judge Trendsetter. They love me over there. I hope I have some family here today so they can get to meet and know Kiana's platform as well, because my family has been supporting my dreams of being heard um, all my life, all my little life. And when I told my cousin, I said, girl, I got the whole fucking world actually calling me Poozie. She was pissed. She said that was a personal pet name between me and her. And people been telling me to change my name. And I really think I am in honor of my cousin. I really
Well, we
think I
like the
am.
name Poozie. We like the name
Well, it's
Poozie,
my
but
real nickname. It's a real
Poozie,
nickname.
can we have Poozie without the death wishings on as soon as you get mad? Because you gotta work
I
that
I
out,
learned
Poozie.
that, and Peach, I want to thank you for bringing out that inner beast in me, because that bitch need to go. I publicly gave Heartbreaker the go to do funeral services for that bitch, because that bitch is mean. She's hateful. She's a contradictor. She doesn't want to understand shit. She lives and focuses on her train of thoughts. And
Now,
if it
Poozie,
had
your
not been for
voice
this
here.
situation, I wouldn't have, because if it wasn't for that situation, I would not have known that I've been looking people dead in their faces, lying to them. Because as y'all said, drunk or sober, what comes out of the mind comes out of the mouth, and what comes out of the mouth came from the heart. And those things were true. And that's why I'm glad that I was pushed into a new therapeutic realm of understanding. And we're looking for me, a member of the community that's a therapist for me for that. I specifically
Jason
asked
said,
for a
not me.
referral
Jason said, Jason said, I'm
to
not doing this
no,
alone.
no, I don't want TikTok therapy. I mean, I literally pay for this out of my pocket, what Medicaid doesn't afford for me to pay for.
No, no, no.
And
I
I'm
said Chasen. I believe Chasen feels what you're saying is hypocritical. Chasen had to
well,
defend.
that's fine. But in order for me to have had that much, even people who said her voice changed, BT said I sounded demonic. There was
You
definitely
did.
something
You
in
did.
me
You
that I had
did.
been containing that I didn't know, and for that, I'm requesting that I get my mind aligned with my heart, because it wasn't, and that was a total lie, and that's where the apology comes from me to the community, because I don't feel that way about a group of people. I did, but I don't today. And I can move forward with better understanding of why I felt that way. So we get to the root, and telling y'all about my grandma's situation and other family members and uncles and things, play uncles or whatever that I've lost a part of the community. That's not for you all here on TikTok. That is
But Pooja,
personally for me
can
to.
you do this within yourself and say day by day? I'm not gonna wish unaliving on someone. I'm gonna use my
Now,
word.
anytime anybody attacks me, Kiana, I'm gonna wish that their breath be used in a different form.
That's that. Listen, saying their breath be used in a different form is so different from saying die. Pools is too much.
I'm gonna figure out why I associate hurt with death. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
me and the therapist. I don't think it's a pill for that. But if it's a pill for that, I may consider taking that one. But I have to figure out why I'm so free hearted with people becoming unalived. And I really do think it's because my daughter can't come back.
I do too, but I need you to understand everyone don't know that about your daughter. Everyone does not know that, and it's weird to hear someone say, because I'm one of them people. I return to sender, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't accept anybody's death wishes or any other ill wishes toward me. I make sure I get it up off me. And I send it right back to where it originated from. So you have to be careful about that, Pools, because let me tell you something. Life has a way of happening like this. The minute you sign your contract, the minute you're on set, the minute you're like, everything is good, that death wish that you wished on someone when you were at your lowest and you didn't give a damn if it came back because you'd rather be dead, you know what I'm saying? That's the day when it'll come. So many of you don't understand when you hear people go, right when they had it all together, that's when they passed away. Yeah, because of the shit they had did. It don't come when you want it to come. It comes when it has to. So stop wishing on alive and on people because Poozie, the very moment you get all you want in life, the money, the success, the whatever, that'll be the day that energy that you have put out into this atmosphere and someone sent it back to you, that'll be the very day it hits its mark because that'll be the day when it mattered to that energy.
Absolutely.
You'll
I
be begging the
understand.
angels. You'll be begging
Kiana,
the
can
death
I?
angels. Please, not now. Not now. I'm just getting everything. And they'll say,
Right,
what about on, you know what I'm saying? What about on August the 6th, 18th that you told Icon Peach to leave this world? You
right.
feel me?
I understand.
When them death angels come,
Life and death
you got
lies in the power of my
the
own
tongue.
tongue.
So think about that. If nothing else, think the day I get everything I want in life, because it's coming, Poozie. The day I get everything I want in life, I don't want the death angels coming to take it away because I wanted it. I wanted to take away from Icon Peach and for so many others. But I'm gonna let Frankie ask a question now. Frankie, how you doing?
Good morning, Kiana. Good morning, everybody. Poozie, I have a question for you. What changes are you going to make going forward to where you won't say anything that might offend the community?
I'm going to continue to get to know members of the community who are open to me so I can be constructively criticized when I learn that I've made a mistake because only the community will be able to help me understand things that I lack understanding and knowledge in.
Okay. And then I have another question, Poozie. You said what you said to Icon Peach, but you also offended a whole community. I want to know, like, like, this is a fast change. Um, what changed so fast? Like, what is the
And I'm
difference?
glad you asked that,
Despite what a
Frankie.
lot
I'm
of
glad you
people
asked that. I believe it's because the biggest
know,
thing that she lost the biggest thing, and that was to be over there on that platform.
no, that has nothing to do with it. Although I misconstrued the Bible, I know one part says you're not supposed to go to sleep with hatred on your heart. And I always try to fix anything with anybody, be it a boss, my children, social media people, my mama, my daddy. Anytime that it gets to this point where I lashed out, I try to do my best to figure out what happened with me. And I do like to initiate apologies, and I understand that there's a line of insincerity coming from a right now apology, but I don't like to go to sleep, and I've been sleeping very well. I don't like to go to sleep tossing and turning and waking up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning wondering what's happening or what's going to happen. I like to make amends as soon as I can make amends with myself.
Now, Frankie, being a member of the community, do you accept the apology?
What was that, Kiana? I'm sorry, I can barely
Being a
hear you.
member of the community, do you accept Poozie's apology?
No.
Okay.
And
Being a
I'm gonna
member
be
of the
honest with
community, do
you.
you accept Rhinestone's apologies?
No. A lot of this stuff on this side of TikTok, I just have to be honest. This is not the first time something like this has been said. This is a pattern over here. A lot of the black community, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, they believe things like this. They talk like this. And this is where a lot of education needs to come in, because these things do affect the whole community. And if we are all going to be one, we all need to have understanding with each other. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Also, too, I'm going to say this to you, too, Poozie. If you're gonna, one thing I would give you as far as education when it comes to the community, please don't tokenize your family members that are of the community, your friends, your cousins, whoever. Stop tokenizing them. You telling us that you have a gay uncle or you have a lesbian auntie
Ain't none of
doesn't
my
make us
uncles gay.
sympathize.
Used to be
Okay,
equivalent
doesn't
of
make us.
when a white person say I got a black
Yeah,
friend after they
it
used to
doesn't
hear
make
it.
us sympathize with you anymore. It actually makes us look at you even more crazy, because now we're like, you have people that are in close proximity to you that face these same things that you just said, and you're willing to say them. So stop
My reference
tokenizing.
to that, Frankie, is saying that if I really despise the community, I wouldn't even deal or socialize, communicate, vibe with my own family member. It wasn't to tokenize it, but I understand what you're saying.
Poozie, I'm gonna be honest with you. All gay people are not the same. Okay, what one might
That's why I
allow
said I
you,
can't tokenize my cousins and my. I only got one cousin. Let
Sorry,
me
give
let
me
me
one more moment.
because
but
let me say this
I'm gonna
because I don't
bring you
like
back.
when people do this part to me. I have one first cousin that is a part of the community. Anybody else in my family that is a part of the community, I'm unaware of.
Well,
but
okay.
Poozie,
Can
what
I let
one
me
might
say something real
allow,
quick? Let
the
me say
others
something
don't
real quick,
allow.
Frankie. Let me say something real quick. If y'all don't mind, if you will, and I know y'all are busy people and y'all all have your lives. Icon, Frankie, Chasing, would y'all please take the time today to educate us? Do y'all understand that we are living in a time where most of the people, and it's a lot of them now, like we hate these new people. We even in, you know what I'm saying? I mind my business. I want other people to mind theirs. I didn't have time for the pronouns and this and that. I don't like all this new shit. So that's where we grew up at, y'all. We grew up where like I said, the man who taught me usher board and the choir stand and all that. I knew he was my mom's good Judy, but he never said it out loud till the day he passed away. It's a new world, and y'all are blaming us for a lot of things. And not saying all y'all need to go somewhere and unalive. Now that ain't never been acceptable. Come on now. Well, it shouldn't have been. But help us out, because Peach just said if me and him got in a battle and I said agate, he ain't gonna have a problem with it. But Frankie, I got a feeling that saying that to you, you would never speak to me again in life.
Well, saying it to me will be kind of, I will laugh, honestly, because
Well,
that
I'm
would
saying
be,
some word of that.
like,
Well,
that would
Diga,
be,
the word Diga, you know what I'm
yeah,
talking
like,
about,
that
that
wouldn't
Diga.
be necessarily a slur towards me. But, I mean,
Okay, so if you and I got into an argument and I said you Iga, how would you be like, I'm still, we just finna clap back and forth, and Kiana, I see you in the streets next week, hey Kiana? Or is it you've gone too far, you've hurt my community, I'm done with you, you need to be canceled? We need to know, because again, when people say bitch, that's the worst thing you can say to a woman. But we be like, hey, listen, I called you a bitch back. I don't give a fuck.
I don't believe in canceling anybody. That's not something I believe in.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily cancel you, but I would also, I would educate you on why that rhetoric is dangerous, and
But
why
I
you
know
shouldn't
why,
cancel
because
anybody.
we're battling. So I'm trying to say something that would hurt you, and you're trying to say something that would hurt me. But it doesn't mean that I feel you're less than because of that, and you don't feel I'm less than. I just picked up along my journey of being here in the world at this time and space that these are the words that you say when you want to harm someone whom da 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 da. Right? May not even be that I believe that those words are hurtful, but I heard and was told and taught that they hurt. I to this day don't know what an iga is. I just know, I mean, I don't know where it came from, but I know what it so-called is, but I don't know why. But I've seen people who, I picked it up along the way. Oh, so when someone is masculine presenting, right, before we knew what the word masculine presenting was, okay, that's what you called them when you got in an argument with them. Oh, I learned that in the projects in 1986. My sister's homegirl, who come to find out wasn't even that way, but that's what people called her all the time because she liked to wear her, men type clothes.
Being that the community is ever evolving, how do
Please don't
we
talk about the
continue
community.
to
I'm gonna say
stay?
I want to say
How
something
do
real
we
quick.
continue to
Please don't talk about
stay
the community.
up
I
on
would
you
like to
all's
say, so when
evolvement?
it comes to a lot
It
of queer
changes too
people in the community, when
much.
it comes to a lot of people in the queer community, there's queer people that have internalized homophobia themselves. Which is why I do kind of find it a little strange that Frankie's in the box, because Frankie just came at Braid King, calling him Braid Queen, and I don't care how
Excuse me,
you feel about
Chaser.
him,
Chaser.
but you don't have
Listen.
to go to
Listen.
those levels.
Listen.
You don't
Listen.
have to come at
We could
people
go
like
there
that.
though.
There's
We
so
could go
many
there
other
though.
Frankie.
I was
Listen,
misgender
Thank you,
first.
Frankie.
Kiana.
I'm gonna
I
I'm
was
say
gonna
misgender
drop.
what I'm
first.
saying
Thank
because
you,
I
Peach.
can
I
read
was
somebody.
misgender first.
I can
Because
argue with
I'm
somebody.
I'm
I ain't
I'm not
gotta bring
because
up
arguing
who they
with you.
this is
I'm
fucking.
this is
telling you
why
I ain't
we
what
gotta
I'm
bring
continue to
up
saying.
who
get
they
confused.
loving.
Hold on,
I ain't gotta
Keyona.
Because
bring
now
up
you
what they
have a
Hold on.
look
member of
like.
the
Look up.
community
Hold
And
attacking
you
on,
another
still
Keyona.
member of the
Hold
this
on,
is
community,
my
Keyona.
and
thing.
this is what
This
brings
is
me
the
confusion.
fakest
So
shit
I'm
I
gonna
have
go down.
seen in the longest time. You have so many people who truly do not. This is why we can't educate, because if we do, people don't want to listen. Our own people don't want to live. My own queer LGBT plus community doesn't want to listen to me. So why would I sit here and educate hetero cisgender people? I'm not going to do that. Y'all
Y'all
gonna
do
Well,
still
know it
if
be
you're
looks
not
self
gonna, if you're
proclaimed.
hypocritical.
not willing
And
to
y'all
educate
do
us, then
know it looks
you can't get
hypocritical
You
upset
have
because
a
when you
phone
say
in your
those
hand.
things.
yeah,
Give me a
because
You
if you
have
moment.
a
It looks
computer
hold
in your hand.
hypocritical when Frankie says to Braid Queen and when, you know what I'm
Uh-uh.
saying?
His name is Bray King. Like, why are we calling him like this? This is my thing. We can't just point out one and not point out everything. Because that's fucked
Well,
up
well,
too.
didn't I
That's
point
fake
that
as
out the
hell
other
too.
day? Didn't I point out the other day when you was up on this panel chasing pillows?
Toby, who the fuck are you yelling
Didn't
at,
I point
sir?
that out the other
this why
Who
I
day?
are
want
you
to go,
yelling
When
at? I'm
Kiana,
you
not
because we
all,
talking
was
to you,
because
peaceful
Toby.
when you all let
Toby,
until
put
this
this
Pepsi
in
started
and
a 2
happening.
T
Peach,
years.
go
thank you
around
for
on
It's
this
hearing me
app
out.
calling
2024,
everybody
Toby.
all
And
kinds of
after
Toby,
y'all
I've never
done,
come
slurs,
at you.
y'all
I've
don't
never
say
yelled at you.
nothing.
I don't know who you're
So
yelling
don't
at.
get on this
I
app
don't know
talking
who
that
you're yelling at.
nonsense.
I don't
You
know who
full of
you're yelling
shit. You
at.
a
I don't know.
fucking
You're the same
hypocrite.
person who want to talk
You
about
are a
intersectionality
fucking
today. You
hypocrite.
want to talk about
You are a
intersectionality
fucking
today, but
hypocrite.
yesterday I
You
couldn't
are a
compare
fucking
being
hypocrite.
queer to being
Chasing
racist
pillows.
because
You are a
I'm
fucking
black first.
hypocrite.
I'm black as
You
much as
are a
I'm queer.
fucking
Nah,
So
let
hypocrite.
please,
hey, Kiana,
You
please,
are a
Kiana,
fucking
please,
hypocrite.
Kiana,
Don't
let
get
please
on
hold
this
let
app
on,
Chaser
hold
get
talking
it
on,
in
junk.
me,
hold
so
on,
You ain't
let
trying to
Chaser
get
Hold
get it
on,
off.
because
hold on.
nobody's talking to you crazy. Please.
Okay, Frankie, go. Frankie, go.
Hey, Key, I gotta get down in a second if that's okay.
Yes. Okay. Frankie, go. Frankie, go.
Nah, I was saying let Chaser get what she has to say off. Let her say what she got to say. I'm cool with listening to it. Let her say what she got to say.
All right,
Do y'all
Mods,
mind
let
if I
Chase.
say this real quick
Yes, say,
so
and
I
then
can
Jason,
drop?
you
I
gotta
just
go
want to drop.
next. Jason, you got the floor. Okay, Jason has the floor.
Okay.
She can say whatever she want to say the whole time. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Stabby.
Thanks, Key. So when Frankie was just speaking, I only came up here real quick because I know you guys are taking the opportunity to try to give some education at the same time of kind of sorting through what took place. I want somebody to the F slur. Speak, get a little bit more in depth for people who don't understand. That term is specifically for queer black men, which is why it's such a problem. It does not pertain to everybody in the community. That slur was for specifically queer black men. When you hear somebody calling somebody an agate, that's where that comes from. And so black queer men in particular, and especially the black community overall, when we hear that being said to one of our brothers and sisters in the community, we need to stand on business. So I want Frankie and somebody else from because I'm not a part of the community. I do know that, and I'm also actively going out of my way to learn. Please expound on some of these things. So when we hear these things, don't just be like, "Well, it wouldn't offend me." Explain why, because it's important
So
that people understand
Peach,
well, I
that
will
it's
say
very
question.
specific to
What's the
queer
definition?
black
I'm
men.
gonna ask Peach this question. Peach, what is the definition of queer for those of us who don't know?
Well, I think to me,
But that's all I got, Key. I got somebody here to do. I'm gonna get down, love. I just wanted to put that in there. Love y'all.
Love you.
so I would say for me, that covers an entire community of people, just like the letters of the LGBTQIA, the lesbians, bisexuals, gay, transgender, intersex, non-binary communities. I think all of those people identify under the queer umbrella. And I want
Okay.
to say
So
when it
queer is the umbrella.
right.
So you would be considered queer?
I'm non-binary,
Okay.
but I am bisexual as well. So I would be under that.
Okay. And Frankie, would you be considered queer?
No, because queer is for gay men. So
See what the fuck I'm talking about? You see what Key? You see what I'm talking about? Frankie, I know me and you are the same fucking age. You see what I'm talking about? I'm 32, Frankie. How old you? How old are you?
my age doesn't matter.
Right, right.
We can't know
Chase
because the
it,
people
listen,
ain't teaching us
hold on,
right.
Kiana. Hold on, Kiana. Chase it. If me and you are gonna be up here and talk, you gotta cut that tone, bro. Cause the way you coming
Or
at
what?
me,
Or
we
what?
about to go.
Or what?
Listen,
Or what?
Chase
Or
it.
what? Or what?
I'm not
Or
about to
what?
get in no
Or
screaming
what?
match with
Or
you.
what?
Cause you
Or
seem
what?
like you
I'm
on
not
that type of
screaming. I'm
energy
not
with me.
none of that. I've
Like you
gotten
want it.
sick because
Like you
Google
want
is
it.
free. Frankie,
But
Google is
you
free.
feel like you want it
Google
though.
is free. As a queer
Okay,
woman,
absolutely. And
Google
if
is
I
free.
made a
You are a
mistake,
queer woman. Get the
chase
fuck
it.
out of here,
If I
bro.
chase it, listen. If you want that smoke, we could go there. We
No,
could
hold
definitely
on, hold
go
on, hold
there.
on, hold on.
Go where? What are
But
you
I'm not
talking
trying to
about?
go
Go
there with
where?
Jason,
you.
Go
Jason,
where?
Frankie said that she's willing to listen. Frankie said she's
Yes.
willing to listen. She said she's want to hear you out. You said you're
If I
angry.
made a
So
mistake, bro, just say,
yes,
hey,
she said
Frankie,
she's
that
willing
was
to
just an
listen. So
uneducated thing you said.
yeah, so if she's willing to
That's that
listen, I think you
simple.
should give that an opportunity. All she's saying is the tone
Yeah.
is aggressive, and that tone is
Yeah.
making her
No,
get
no, no, no,
defensive.
no, 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 no. I'm not going to use aggressive towards a black woman.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I apologize. I
no,
apologize.
So
no,
let
no,
me
no.
say this because we was having
But
a good conversation.
yes,
I don't want to do the rah rah. To answer Stallion's question, when you come to that F slur, while I understand that is very derogatory to use towards a person, the reason why I said I don't take offense to that is because I have learned to use that and again flip it back the same way some people in the black community say we should not be using the n-word, that's a derogatory term, and other people say but I use it, I have learned to use it in a different way, the same way some black women say saying bitch is a very disgusting term, and then you have Little Kim and Nicki Minaj and them saying, well, I use that bitch because I use the word because it's empowering. So therefore, when you say that word to me, while I understand the origin and the derogatory meaning behind it, I'm not gonna sit over here and start crying and say you need to be canceled. I'm going to clap back and give you the fucking business. That is my perception. Everybody is different. So therefore, like I stated before, what I'm able to accept and respond to, the next person is not. All people are different and everybody has their meanings behind it. Nobody in this panel or on this platform or on this earth can tell me, no, you need to take offense to it. It is offensive, but you cannot tell me I should be sliding down the wall and ripping and running saying cancel somebody for saying this shit. I'm going to give my response to your ass.
Well,
You may
Nitra
not
said
want to
the other
respond
day.
to it.
Nitra said the other day she don't get off on somebody saying the N word. She said it don't move her. So I guess he said, okay, let me ask you this.
Because
When
after
you
growing up in the lifestyle, I'll be 31 in October. I'm desensitized to some of that shit because I've been hearing it for so long.
when you get into it with another, let's say you and a person in your community and y'all are arguing, do that word come out your mouth to them?
I said it has, yes. When nowhere pissed me off in that line, I call him that word. I surely did.
But nowhere is not in the community.
I don't know what he is. He don't know what it is. Next question.
hey,
Okay.
is it fair to say that people in the community don't know about the community and still learning about the same community that they're in due to the
Yes,
fact?
Exactly,
without
because guess what? I'm still being educated on certain things. I do not know a lot about the trans community, right? Growing up, like Kiana said, I knew gay boys and lesbians. I did not know there were so many different definitions. I didn't find out about non-binary until I fucking saw P-Valley. So there is still a lot of education going on. There are still a lot of things that we are learning when it comes to these pronouns and things like that. Because to be quite honest, when you are a feminine man, a lot of y'all sit on this app and say, hey sis, I never told y'all my pronouns was she, her. I'm a he, him. But because I'm a gay boy, hey sister, like this shit Manny be doing, he call everybody sister. If we're talking about being offended, I should be running around saying what he's calling me. Like it's I feel like people try to nitpick and try to make
Aren't
shit be
y'all
an issue.
exhausted? Don't y'all want to go back to the olden way, or is it just like listen,
I
none of
don't
your
want to go
goddamn
back,
business?
Kiana, because people are entitled to be received how they want to be received. So therefore, if you want to be called she, him, and you look like motherfucking Shaquille O'Neal, that's your prerogative. I don't have say so to tell you and all how you present yourself. I'm gonna call you whatever. I'm gonna call you what you want to be called, and everybody deserves that.
Now
And
I
at
want
the
to
end
get in
of the
your
day,
business for a minute. Tell me, get the fuck out of my business, Kiana. I want to get in your business because I'm so intrigued by you. I'm so intrigued. I'm intrigued by the icon part, but I'm also intrigued by what you said about your sexuality. You've never been penetrated, and you actually like girls. What is your type?
I would say I like thick girls. I like country girls. I like girls that can fry chicken and make smothered pork chops and rice and yams and collard greens and cornbread and stuff. I feel like a lot of my friends, not all of my friends,
Mm-hmm.
but most girls that I made as friends at some point, I kind of had a crush on them. And so I remember one of my longest best friends. I saw her and I thought she was gorgeous. And I remember we had lockers in high school and junior high, and I would go to her every morning and be like, "Can you help me open my locker?" And she would come over there and do it. And I just did it just so we could build a relationship, build a dynamic. So like I said, I do like girls. Obviously, I have been intimate with men, not in a penetrating way, but because of how I present myself, because I do play with the wigs and the makeup, everybody get on the app and get the ranting and raving, and they be saying shit they don't know what they're talking about.
Let me ask you, is this, and I'm asking Icon Frankie Chasen, is the word androgynous bad now? Because I remember that's what we used to say for people who were like Peach, who like, I still like the opposite sex, but I like, you know what I'm saying, I like a little makeup and a little do-da-da.
That's not a bad term. It's just a descriptive term. That's
Okay,
it.
so you're basically what we used to call androgynous, like a Little Richard and a Prince. Y'all tapped into your feminine side, but you still like the opposite sex. But you, right?
Well, I'm greedy. I like everybody.
Get up, got you. But you're a
But
Libra though, right? Or you're a Scorpio?
I'm a Scorpio. I'm a
Or either
Scorpio.
one, either both of them. Yeah, it's moving that screw. Okay, so how is it when you're in a relationship with a girl? And do y'all be like, bitch, I was gonna wear that today? Like how
No,
KW?
I think when I'm with women, I'm that boyfriend. Like I like to dress you. Like I want to help you get your hair selections and help you pick an outfit out. I said this before. A lot of my friends that I've been cool with, we done ended up sleeping together because it's like they be presenting it, and then I'm like, okay, cool.
Now here,
So
I had
again,
a group of
because
I'm
somebody said
sorry.
he confused.
No,
It
I
is.
mean,
It's a
listen.
lot to receive, but the point of this, Kiana, to get back to the topic, is that everybody wears a different hat and there are multiple layers to who we are as people. And I feel like when you try to just put a generalized label on somebody and say, this is who you are and this is what you should be doing, you're doing somebody else a disservice because there are plenty of because I like studs. I have seen studs that was like, oh wow, you fine as fuck to me. And they be flirting back, but they may say I only like other women. I think that, like you said, Kiana, when you was coming up, a lot of this shit was done privately. It was secretly. But now with the younger generation, I'm seeing kids, and I don't want to go into that topic, but I'm seeing high school kids that be saying, "Oh, this my girlfriend, this my boyfriend." And me at 31 is saying, oh, when I was in school, they wasn't letting this shit happen. Like you was getting bullied for but now these kids are out and saying, I got a girlfriend, I got a boyfriend. They going to two boys going to prom together. Like it's such a different time now. And so I understand it's a lot to process, but I just want people to stop labeling people and allowing people to walk in their truth, especially if they're sharing their truth with you. Like stop trying to tell a person, well, if you're gonna be gay, this is what you should be doing because that's what's considered gay. It's not a box.
My
It's a
question to you
spectrum.
also, and I hate to feel like I'm getting all up and through your business, but it humanizes you, and it's a part of your story. When was it that you first found out you was attracted to the same sex? Because you was always
Kindergarten.
attracted to the opposite, but
I
what
was
was
in kindergarten.
really?
And it was this little white boy named Jacob. He had a twin, Jacob and Jonathan.
You always
And,
wanted to get the bag. You was like, let me find this white boy.
and we used to, back I don't know about y'all schools. In my school, we used to have like the center. So we had like this little kitchen and like I'd be in there like we'd be like playing house at school. Like we had like the little kitchen and shit. And I remember like he had like kissed me on the cheek. And I was like, oh,
And that was cool.
okay.
Okay, so
So
at the same
that was
time,
my
you
first
like
experience.
girls though. So what was you doing? Like chill out for a minute and go holler at her right quick. What was you?
No, I was
How is
liking them
that
both.
emotionally?
I was liking them both. My grandma had a rose bush, and I remember I had cut one of my grandma roses and took it to this girl I had liked at school. So I mean, it was. I guess it was all over the place, but I was just going where I mean, I feel like as kids, you're really trying to figure it out. I heard I forgot who live I was in, but another guy that I follow on the app, he said that as growing up, he didn't know what that word meant because other people were telling him, "Oh, you're gay, you're gay, you're gay." He didn't even know what it meant. Growing up, Kiana, I did not have a gay uncle. I did not have a gay cousin. So I didn't know what that word meant. When I would hear older boys say, "Oh, bro, you gay." Like, I didn't know what that word meant because nobody was teaching me that shit. I did not even see two men together until I was in junior high school and I was flipping through television and I found a show called Noah's Ark about these four black gay men living in LA. And I was like, oh wait, they got boyfriends? And they out and about, like, I didn't know what that was, but I always was a part of that community because I literally have always loved Beyonce. I would get her new CDs and be dancing in the living room. I remember when Tony Braxton put out that song, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me, and she had the little shimmy shit on. I told my daddy I want that CD. Like, take me to Walmart, I want that CD. And my stepmama was like, why do a 9-year-old need that CD? Like, that's an adult CD. But my daddy always looked like my daddy loved women. Okay, so he ain't none of that. But he was like, shit, if he wanted a CD, I'ma get it. Like he never really to this day has ever had anything to say. He said, that's your life. You know, whatever what you decide how you gonna live. Because at the end of the day, you gotta answer for what you do. That's not on me. So I didn't grow up with the homophobic father that was beating me and doing all that kind of stuff and oh you gonna be straight. Like I just didn't go through that. But I have had people reach out and say, my daddy put me out the house at 13, 14. My mama was throwing hot water on me and shit and taking me to church praying over me. Like I just didn't go through that.
You know, I must say I guess I was one of those typical people that I was angry with the LGBTQI community. If you want to know the truth, and we all being honest here, I said y'all skip the line. We ain't even got all our, you know what I'm saying, our 40 acres in a mule, and then here y'all come, and we got to be scared of y'all. I was afraid, of of the community. Period. Until I saw the movie Pose and to see how people in that community a woman or a man, just simply because you're in the community, people felt like you was less than and that they can use you for the mouth or the anus or whatever the case may be and throw you away and this and that. I was stuck over here, y'all. Listen, it's a show on Netflix. If you ever have a moment where you're feeling like, I don't know if I can relate to this community, I don't know if I can feel sorry for them or have any empathy for them, Pose, get it on Netflix, watch it. It is amazing. It will have you in tears. It will have you in shambles, actually. And
Pose was a great. That was
it
a
was
great
absolutely wonderful.
show.
I
And
don't like P Valley. I think P Valley
I have
explored.
a picture with Blanca I saw her. I went to see Janet Jackson in New York City, and she was at the concert, and I took a picture with her.
It was a glimpse into the world of trans and queer the queer community in a way that no one has done it before.
Yeah, because it goes beyond the surface, and
Right. And it
it goes
made and
to
listen,
your humanity.
it made all of us, because I think someone just said when I said good Judy that was offensive. I didn't know. But listen,
Yeah,
I didn't
it
know to
goes
say
into
someone is
the humanity
was Judy.
because everything is beyond what you see on the surface, and it really goes. It really just it just shows it was and that's why it won Emmy awards. That's why
Yeah,
so
it
many
should have.
people love that show because it's just a
It's
great
the
show.
again what I'm trying to do with Peach
The
is
name
what
of the show
that
is
show
Pose.
did for me, and that was it peeled back the lens and said, let me show you. You see this, but I am also this, and this is my upbringing, and this is my belief system, and this is my whatever whatever. You just see I'm a person that digs the same sex, and you made and you made a decision about me on that and that alone. You do know I'm talented. I'm in the music industry. I'm this, that, and the third. Peel back the layers. I have a father who
And
loves me and loved me for who I am, and been
those
loving me and
women
bought me
are
the Tony Braxton
beautiful.
CD and da 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 da. That's what we gotta learn to do with each other. But again, we're afraid to ask y'all. I'm sitting here
Absolutely.
saying Peach, but I dare go to box number 2 and say, Frankie, tell me about you. I don't think Frankie will be receptive.
But
Why?
here,
I'm good though. I would.
I think Frankie would. As a heterosexual man, I want to say, County, you're doing a great job. Let's tap the likes up, get it to 200K likes. I'm glad you're opening up the panel for this level of conversation. We need to get more shares out. We need to tap the screen and get the likes up. I know I just stole somebody's commercial break. We got subscriptions going out. We appreciate everyone that's subscribing.
Stole
I,
my commercial break, but I'm gonna let you have this when you
I
go
know.
ahead, brother.
I just said it. I just said I did. I apologize. But I'm gonna let y'all get back on the topic. Chasing. You have a lot of knowledge
Well,
about the
now
topic.
Chase is my girl, Chasing, and that's
Yes.
why when
So
I
that
get to Chasing, we're gonna do
okay.
our thing.
Okay. So y'all go
Frankie,
ahead. You're doing
don't
a great
mind.
job.
Can I humanize you for the moment, and you tell us about Frankie?
Yeah. So I knew that I was into women around maybe the age of 7. I realized it. I didn't come out until I was 14. I came out to my brother, my dad, and my older brother. I didn't tell my mom until I was 22, and I actually had my like a girlfriend. But like throughout high school, I would date both. I would have
Was it
front
acceptable in
boyfriend.
your town? Was it acceptable?
Um, do I what?
Was it acceptable in your town, or did y'all?
No. My mom is very heavy religious, Church of God of Christ, so it was a no no. It was a no no. But now she accepts it. She understands that hey, this is just who my daughter is. I love her regardless. My dad was always when I told my dad was kind of like we knew one of y'all was, we just didn't know which one and stuff. So it was just like cool. I ain't got to really worry about boys, but I did have boyfriends throughout. Of course, I have a daughter, so obviously, um, you
Okay,
know.
so you do have a child.
Yes, I have a child. Yeah.
So was there a time where you
Thank
was
you.
attracted?
That stuff comes down if you want to put your foot up.
Was there a time where you was attracted to men, or you just felt like you got to do the status quo?
I feel like it was more of I just felt like I had to do it because of, just the way I was, yeah, just the culture and stuff. But it was never really a situation where I knew in the end I was going to be with a man. Like I knew that eventually I'm going to just say who I am and I'm going to be who I am regardless.
Have you had a lot of hardship being a woman that?
Yeah, yeah. it's definitely been like in my 20s and stuff. It was pretty hard coming out being who I really wanted to be because I was still getting to know a lot of different things. And also, too, I want to thank you, Chasen, because I didn't know that queer was for everyone. So thank you for that education. I appreciate that. You
That's for
know,
coming at you, Frankie. I'm not trying to argue with you. I just get irritated. That's all. I just get
yeah, it's
irritated.
cool. I
She
appreciate the
be doing her
education.
big one sometime, and then it run right over there in the hole and get scary, and then I have to say, "Bring your ass out that hole and let's fight."
No,
Gonna be bad sometime.
if I say something wrong and stuff and I'm educated on it, I don't take education as offense. I take it as, hey, thank you for letting me know that because hey, I've been out here saying the wrong thing. So now I'm gonna be out here saying the correct thing. So, all that does is that educates me to know, and I appreciate the younger people in the community because they are educating us older people. I'm almost 40. You wanted to know, Chase, and I'm almost 40. So there is a lot of things that I am still learning. My niece is non-binary. I'm learning about that. I'm learning about that stuff. So, so it's things that I am learning and that I want to learn because I want to embrace everybody. And I know that we all just want to exist. We want to exist amongst other black people. Like we don't want you guys to feel like we have to feel separate. We just want to be like, hey, you know what? We all fighting for the same goal. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Y'all
said,
here make it hard because we be like, "Hey, shit," I want to say, "Hey, what's hey girl," but then it might be you offended me. I mean, "Hey, dude, what's up, my dude?" Oh, you offended me. So we want to be, but we don't know how to be.
I think it's just about, really to be honest with you, Kiana, like, a lot of the times and stuff I'm misgendered, right? A lot of people feel like, okay, he, and it's like sometimes, yeah, I take offense to it, sometimes I don't. But it's just about the just educating. Like, hey, you know what? You know why it is dangerous to misgender because, people could perceive me as a man in real life and men can run up on me. Men can do these things. So, like that's the dangers of misgendering. But, I don't like beat people up for doing it. I just kind of be like, hey, you know what? My pronouns are she, her. Like, we're
I
good.
know
Just,
there was an issue with your pronouns on the show, on the Bella show, and I think I was one of the ones that misgendered, and somebody hit me in my inbox. Well, I don't think I actually was because somebody hit me in my inbox, and I was like, "Well, Frank, I'm cool with Frank," and they was like, "It doesn't matter about you being cool. Her pronouns are she, her," and I was like, "Well, I will make sure I never do that again." You know what I mean? So I apologize, you know what I'm saying? But someone got in my ass because we were having a great conversation that day, but I think I may have said he. And you didn't correct me. You didn't check me. But someone came in my inbox and I was trying to, be like that, I'm cool, man, Frank cool. They was like, it don't matter. Get it right, God damn it. I was like, well, cool, all right, boom. So from that day forward, every time I popped up on the show, I made sure to say she or, or whatever the case may be. So I offer you my apology. You probably don't even remember that day, but I offer you my apology for that.
well, thank you. I don't remember it. I
See,
really don't. But thank
and I
you. Thank
tried to.
you.
I tried to sweep it
Thank
under the
you.
rug. Now down to my girl. Oh, I want to say this. I wish Peach wasn't on Paul on Teacup. Because I want to say this. Um, a lot of people have a perception that many people become in the community because of something traumatic that happened to them. That's not the situation for anyone on this panel, correct? Because I don't want to trigger anyone.
Not me. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not me. Not at all.
Frankie.
No.
Clearly not Peach because Peach has said he hasn't been penetrated or anything of that nature. So, Chasen, tell us who you are other than Notorious's boo.
First of all, Notorious is chasing pillows, boo. So first, I know.
You come up in here throwing gifts every. I be like, oh, it's like, oh, that bitch ain't, she shit you shit. She's in her woman some shit. Get over it. Goddamn.
She
What's
chasing. No,
up,
I
my
get it.
man? What's up, Chase?
I want to add to what Frankie was saying. Like, I really wasn't trying to come at Frankie.
Chase got a call, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Hey, Kelsey. Um, but do you feel freer now, being that the newer community is allowing more freedom than you had, Frankie, when you were younger? Do you feel freer?
Wait, can y'all hear me?
We couldn't hear you, Chase.
Oh shit, I'm so sorry. Okay, I was talking. I was going on a rant. Like my bad.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning. So what do you want to? What would you like to know,
Like,
Keelan? Yeah.
who's chasing other than this motherfucker that be catching us saying some shit we ain't supposed to say in these goddamn lives, and then we look back and this shit is on 4K, as you say, you know.
Chasing. I am. I define myself as a queer person just because I don't like. As I really don't like labels. I don't like conforming to the gender norms or the gender roles. Like even in my relationship, like people like to ask like who wears the pants, that type of thing. Even though I'm masculine presenting, I do have a lot of feminine qualities. Though I have a lot of feminine tendencies. But I have dealt with being misgendered as young as like kindergarten.
Me too, Chase, and I'm a baddie.
Huh?
I said me too. I'm a baddie.
You're
Yeah,
bad. You see what I'm saying, right?
yeah.
Like I'll go
Yeah, me
outside,
too, Chase.
right? And I'm sometimes, I do find myself still attracted to the opposite sex. It doesn't even really matter for me. I kind of
Wait a
relate
minute, we're
to.
not gonna gloss over that like Notorious is not sitting in the chat. You said
She,
what
you
now?
know, she know what it is. I've been with men before. I'm not a gold star lesbian is like what they like to call. I'm not none of that. But it's
There's
just
a term we don't know. What does that mean? What gold star lesbian mean?
a gold star lesbian is somebody who's never been with the opposite sex. They've only been with women. They've never been with men. They've only
Okay,
been.
ladies and gentlemen, we have some education today on Breakfast Tea with Key. Gold star lesbian means someone who has never been with a man.
Never been with a man. hmm And
Education.
my little sister, she's gay too, and she's a gold star. She's never been attracted to men. She's never had a crush on a boy. She's never been that type of way. Me, I did kind of, even though I knew I was different from. I think like the youngest I think like was when I was like 9. I remember being attracted to a girl, but I was attracted to boys too. But it was just a little different for girls. Like it's a different like emotional connection I think for me. But I get really passionate about this because I feel like my whole life, especially being from a Caribbean descent. My family is not from America. They're from the Caribbean. They immigrated here and they're very religious, very stern people, very strict people. And my whole life I've had to fight to be myself. I've had to fight to be different and to prove that like I'm not going to hell because I like the same sex. I'm not going to hell because I do this, that, and the third. So when these types of conversations come up and when certain people want to tell me, you're black first and you're not, we can't have intersectionality, it's not the same. I beg it differ because when I get pulled over by the police, before they see my ID, 8 times out of 10, they're like, "Hello, sir." So they're already coming up to me with this aggression, with this energy, as if they're talking to a black man, and that stems from my masculine presenting queerness. So you can't tell me that there can't be any intersectionality when I experience it every day going outside. So I don't know. What other questions do you have? Yeah, I got
Now you told me you're West Indian native.
you.
So I know that was tough because we know the islands do not play.
They don't like
Period.
no bati woman, no bati boy, no none of that.
Uh, I mean, even so much so to the unalive,
Mm-hmm.
so it gets deep over there. And then to double that. Now, oh, I didn't ask Frankie. Frankie. Oh, yes, you did. You said Kojic. Okay, so Kojic is, for those of you who don't know, that's Church of God in Christ. Kojic is deep in them Christian streets. But to find out, a lot of Kojic people were actually in the community. The big ones in the Have you found that out, Frankie?
Absolutely, absolutely, they are. That's why it's kind of hypocritical to me when they say a lot of things because I'm just like, yeah, I see you at the club last week, so it's crazy, but
I'm talking about the old ones. I'm talking about them old ones. Like,
absolutely.
remember a lot of the people don't know this, but a couple member of the caravans were in the community. Mickey Howard's mom, she sung in the caravans with Shirley Caesar and Albertina Walker, and she was in the community, and allegedly Albertina was in the community. People don't talk about that though. See, when you sit, my dad, who's a musician, he could tell you anybody in the gospel community that's in that community. I didn't know James was until I recently, and listen, let me tell you something. I don't look at James Cleveland or his work, his body of work any differently because it's a song that I just learned last summer. And when I put it on, my prayers, God, okay. But anyway, so I'm glad Chasen mentioned and about that I ain't going to hell type of thing because again, those people had to, battle the demons of am I going because they were taught in Kojic they're going to hell, but yet the Kojic leaders, some of the Kojic leaders were actually doing the same thing. So you all have an opportunity to be freer. Now I do have this question because we all know when children are younger, they and I want to have a show about this child on child essay, right? So a lot of children introduce each other to sex. So if you go have a sleepover, girls have a sleepover, boom, they wind up doing too much. Little boys have a sleepover, they wind up doing too much. Do y'all think a lot of people were or is not gay, but they just like I had a sleepover one time, I did it, I liked it, and I kept, what I'm saying, I kept doing it. And or do you feel like it's an inner being, or do you know it to be an inner being that I am gay? Because I'm hearing all this. Well, I'm fluid. I'm this. I'm that. So it's like, what is it? And I'm sorry I can't articulate this right, y'all, but I'm trying.
Kiana, can I say something really quick? All right, so my youngest daughter is 11 years old, and we have very safe conversations and everything. And so she did come to me last year to let me know that she was attracted to females. Instantly, my heart kind of dropped because I'm like, oh my God, what happened to my baby? Somebody did something to my baby. So we sat down and she talked, and she told me, no, Mom, nothing ever happened to me. I would always come and let you know that because that's how I trained them. Come and tell me. I don't care who it is. If anybody does something to you, come and talk to me. So talk to her. We go further. She just lets me know she's attracted to females. So I go to my cousin who has also been in the community for years. And I say, I don't know. Maybe was it me? Did I do something? She said, listen, I believe that it's the same thing with your baby that it was with me. When my mother, like she said, her mother was a nurturer, right? That's who she was around. She grew up with women and they were very caring. And the guys, they didn't really get that from the males. So for her, it was the attraction of the women that actually just kind of took care of her. And so that's what she gravitated to. So then I was able to go and have that conversation with my daughter. And my daughter said, yes, Mom, that's what it is. It's not that a male has did anything to me. It's just the women make me feel safer. And so that right then, that helped me that really helped me with that thought process of something has to be done in order for them, you know what I'm saying? In order for a person want to live that lifestyle, because it's different. And I don't know this for sure, y'all. I'm just a mother supporting her daughter. But for that moment, I felt great because I've always had the negative thought that something is being done to somebody for them to be that way.
Right.
So going back on mute, y'all. Tap the screen, y'all.
Okay. Also, has anyone ever heard of trans canine? Trans canine. I was talking to some kids and they identified as trans canine. It's something to do with animal, but y'all have it's it's I don't know. It's a youth thing. It's something that's going on in this younger generation. And that's why I brought it up, because the idea of the conversation is to figure out a lot of things that are going on. And I think it should be a panel or a place. And I think like people who have the information on it should, open up the door for us to understand exactly what world we're living in so we can better understand each other.
Gotcha. Well, I brought up I have a friend, right? She trips me out. I got a few friends that they go back and forth. So one time I had a friend and I was her insurance agent and we would kick it when she come in and she said, "Well, now I've been bumping with girls when we was in the sleepovers." So I thought maybe that's where hers came from, the sleepovers. But she had a bunch of kids. Even in high school, she had kids. She got grown, loving a man. He did some crazy stuff. And then she started dating a woman. And she would tell me how this woman was dogging her out. And I'd say, why and then next thing I know, she's got a man. And so I'm like, Pi, what you doing? And how are those type of people to y'all that said, listen, I'm in the community? How do y'all look at the people who go, well, look, I've been bumping since the sleepover days, and so when I want to do it, I do it. But when I want a man, I really want a man. How do y'all look at those type of people? Because she be confusing the fuck out of me.
So are you talking about like bisexual people?
See, she ain't never said again. She has never. She just. I didn't know that's what they call that. I just was like, girl, what you doing today? Like, you with a woman now? I think did she marry her with a fiance? I know they drug the shit out of her, but then she got married to a guy.
Personally, myself, I feel like people should be able to free to date who they want to date. I don't pass no judgment on anybody. If you want to date men one day and then the next day you want to date women, I mean, that's your business.
But you all would consider her in the community or no?
Yeah, she's a part of it. Like, if that's what she, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So
it's
you
all
say,
about.
okay, so you get to determine if you in the community or not.
Yeah, like some people don't like labels. Like Chaser just said, I don't like labels. Some people don't like labels, but only time you really got to label yourself, I feel like, is when it comes to the community and stuff. Then you got to put a label on something. But like personally, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Whatever you do is whatever you do. I don't care. I don't like personally, like Kiana, I don't care that you're married to a man. That's your business.
Right.
Like that's not gonna affect the way I think of you. Like, oh, I don't like that Kiana, she's married to a man. Like, that's not gonna affect the way what I think of you. Like, whoever you want to be with is
When you
whoever
walk
you want
out
to
the
be with.
door, they tell us as black people, especially as a black man and so on and so forth, which I know I'm talking to two black women, but when you walk out the door every day, do you feel like I'm walking out the door as a black woman, or you feel like I'm walking out the door as a member of the community? Like, because we know what that means. This is how I deal with the world based on how I view myself. I'm walking out the door as boom, boom, boom. So I know I got to deal with the world. No, don't do the person thing. I'm sorry, that's not gonna work. That's just not gonna work. We're in America. You
When I
don't walk
face
out.
the world, when I face the world, I understand that, yes, I am a black woman, but I also know that I am a lesbian, mass presenting woman. So I know that there's more challenges that comes with that too. Like, I know that hey, I'm already facing challenges because I am a black woman, but I'm also going to face these challenges because of the way I'm presenting myself. So it's like, hey, I'm walking out with the full armor on. So I know both is
So
happening.
you do walk out knowing, listen, I know I'm master presenting, so I got and all that comes with. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to have tough skin when I walk out the door every day because I don't know what I might face. I don't know what I might face. So I'm ready for it.
And sadly, again, chasing. How do you?
So I would feel like, because me personally, I think if I were to label myself as anything in the spectrum of terms, I would probably say pansexual, because to be honest, I am attracted to people's just how you are. It doesn't have to do with you being a man. Who was this man on the roof? Baby, there's a man on the. You don't have to be a man. You don't have to be a woman necessarily. Even though I love women, but it's. I think I'm just pansexual. So I think in that type of situation, yeah, that's what it is. I
When
think
you
they just.
walk out the door every day, do you walk out as a black woman, or do you walk out saying, "I'm in the community, so I got to deal with people because I know I'm in the community. I'm gonna have to deal with face it."
To be honest, I think it depends on where I am.
Okay.
I really think.
And you all up north, right?
No, I used to live in New York. Now I live in the Midwest, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel like now being here, it's more so I'm a black person. That's like the first thing that they see. But I feel like when I was back in New York, I'm with my people. They see a queer person. They see somebody who's gay. Sometimes they see a dude. Sometimes they see a girl. Like it, So I do think it depends on where you are. That's why I do think intersectionality matters. 100%.
Because now as black people, we really don't get that. I mean, I guess when you go to Harlem, even though Harlem is gentrified now, it's very small places on the planet that we can go and be like, I walk out the door and I don't have to worry about the fact I'm a black woman or I'm a black man. Good morning, Kev the comic. How are you? Does he know he's here, Kev the comic?
Hey, Unc.
Oh, my bad. I had my mic on mute. I apologize. Good morning, Kiana. Good morning, chat. Good morning, panel. How y'all doing this morning? Oh, well, almost everybody.
Don't do that. So
Be
you
nice.
didn't come over here with no mess because let me say this. I totally forgot that you and Atlas got a beef until you said almost everybody. Listen, this is his home now.
I ain't studying that shit you talking about.
This is his home, so we ain't gonna let you do him over here.
I ain't studying that shit.
He ain't gonna cut and run from his house. I'm old school raising. Right here. This is his home.
Look here, partner. Can I wait?
This is his home now.
Look. I got Kiana.
It's his house.
Okay, but even if I did have something to say, ain't that amongst two men? Why shouldn't you let? Wait. Can I get a word in? Can I get a word in edgewise? Are you gonna let me talk?
Let you talk.
God damn it! I just started opening my mouth and Let me get the hell out of here. This ain't gonna turn out well. Let me get the hell out. It's gonna be all right. That's okay. That's okay. Y'all have a good day. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all morning and shit like that. But even though, let me say this before I exit. Y'all know me and Drop Queen ain't the best of friends, and we've exchanged words, and even you and I have exchanged words. And sometimes I agree with what you say. You said some things in this whole situation I actually kind of agree with, especially when you drew the correlation with the whole business owner and taking responsibility. I totally agree with that. There are some things that you say that I think that is a bunch of bullshit. But hey, that's all of us, right?
That's all of us.
I do think Drop Queen had a point. I do think that you should keep your grass cut low. I think that as you continue to elevate, there are people that are around you that are ciphering and are just there to ride your coattails simply because you miss key. And those that like you, those that don't. Same thing with a lot of other people you may have on your platform, but they garner attention, right? They garner attention to what some people might even still be interested in.
You mean kind of like you're doing right now by coming up on the panel and trying to make yourself the center of attention, even though we're having a whole conversation about a whole different community? I mean, kind of like you're doing right now, right? Because you came all the way over here to try to point out something because you see somebody getting traction and so on and so forth, right? So you think that you pointing out something that ain't obvious, right? You sit over here, you see that this page is getting traction, so you pop up over here. We wasn't even talking about that. We was sitting here having a conversation about a whole community and having understanding with that. So if you didn't want to come over here and contribute, that's why you need to you need to read the room, as you tell people. Why didn't you read the room? Don't try to come over here and make this about something that it wasn't. We was having a chill conversation about something greater than one person or persona. And I would like to get back to that conversation. And I apologize that we was even interrupted by that. Like, that's centering himself about some shit. Chasing, y'all was making some very vivid points about understanding
I
and
was
trying to get
confusion.
past
I'm
these.
like, damn. Now I was confusion because I was like, Kev the comic don't normally ever touch on the conversations on, you know what I'm saying, sexuality. What the hell going on here? I totally forgot about him and Atlas. I totally forgot. I let him up in the box like, oh, he's about to say, you know, something wonderful about the community. Listen, y'all, I gotta do better. I totally fucking got.
Copland.
Well, again,
Okay.
I
Commercial break.
yes, yes.
Commercial. um, We need everybody tapping the screen. We are 5K away from 200K. Listen, this conversation has been amazing and we definitely want to continue it. Key, thank you so much for hosting this safe space to be able to have these conversations, because at the end of the day, this is what brings people together. We do not have to all agree on everything, but we can respect one another. I ain't in nobody's bedroom but my own. So what somebody do in their bedroom don't have anything to do with me, and what they eat don't make me shit. And people have to learn how to stay in their own business and take care of themselves. Frankie, thank you so much. Peach is gone, but I love the dialogue and them being able to be so open and transparent. So Chasen, Atlas, Mocha, Frank, y'all continue this conversation because this is absolutely amazing. Thank y'all for sharing. And listen, we did not reach that goal, that host goal today. So I'm gonna need y'all to do better. She gonna reset it, and we gonna need y'all to reach this here before this ends. And we need 10 people to grab them a sub right now. We're not sending out none because y'all can afford that $2.99. Go ahead, sub right now. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Continue on.
Thank you.
Hey, Kiana, I got to drop down, but I absolutely want to thank you for allowing me to be on your panel and to have this conversation. This is an excellent conversation. I think that is something that this side of TikTok needed. And I'm glad that you took a step out and did it first. Like, it's absolutely a great conversation. Chasen, also too, thank you again for educating me on that. For real, for real. I'm gonna go look more into that because I definitely appreciate that. For real. I just want to say, hey, you know what? Just as the community, we just want to exist. That's it. We just want to exist.
I
We
want that
don't.
before you leave.
Yeah, we don't want to pressure anybody into accepting, like believing what we believe. We just want to exist amongst everybody. At least that's what I want. And so I feel like everybody should be able to love who they want to love, be with who they want to be with, and there should be no judgment on it. And at that note, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down.
Let
Thank
me
you.
say before you go, let me say
Frankie,
something about it.
Frankie,
I
you don't
want to
have
say,
to
hold
be
on, Mel,
$40
hold
Frankie no
on,
more neither.
hold on.
I will forever be $40 Frankie.
No, you don't have to be that.
Be
You could go
owning
back
that
to your
shit.
old
That's how
name.
you. But listen, I'm the chicken shack, so Frankie took that and make it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do that. But let me say this to you, Frankie and Chasen, before you all go. Thank you and Peach. Thank you for the time. But see, when we get on this thing called TikTok, we think we get on the app. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna just be out here watching videos, right? And then we find these type of rooms, and then we get thrown into a messy TikTok. And we don't know, and I don't know, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be the content creator who introduces y'all to who. So you all will see videos or whatever of the who's who of messy TikTok. Because once you get thrown over here, you don't know who the fuck you're dealing with, right? So that's why Frankie can be misgendered. That's why Chasing can be misgendered. That's why so many people can be misgendered. Nobody's even telling you. You just wind up going, "Oh, it's a show to come on Sunday." And we wind up saying, Frankie come up in the box and say that the commercial breaks or stop some mess that's going on. We see Chasing, may hop up in the box or do some videos. We don't be known because we're not introduced because we all over here just thrown into this atmosphere together. So I want to thank y'all because again, when I do make the introduction, I am going to highlight y'all and say, listen, when you go over to Bella's, you're going to run into somebody named Frankie. Frankie is the mod over there. Frankie wants to be addressed as she, her. So now that new people come in, you ain't got to be offended. You ain't got to teach them nothing. They've already been taught because Breakfast Key highlighted, you know what I'm saying, you on that page. So thank you so much, Frankie, for being here today. And thank you, my girl, Chasen. Chasen always rock with me. And you're welcome back any day, Frankie. We have topics every day. You're always welcome back. Y'all welcome me over there. So y'all are definitely welcome over here.
Well, thank you, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. And you have some excellent moderators too. Just want to.
Yes, ain't they the best in the business? All right, thank you. But yeah, Chasen, I'm gonna do that. I gotta get with you. We need to get some things on the page. But I do want people to know who the players of TikTok are, of messy TikTok anyway. Then we'll start, spreading it out as we venture out and grab people from other sides of the platform. But
That's what it was. See, I knew he interrupted for a reason. Jason, you know what I wanted to say? Maybe you and Frankie and a couple of other people should put together like a night class or something where y'all can give a grander understanding for this and open up the door for more conversation for this, because right now I think people are afraid of the conversation, right? Because they're afraid of what they might say.
Look, Chasen, you know me. I don't tiptoe around shit, but did you feel all them eggshells I was tiptoeing around?
Yeah, you were being very careful.
Very. You know, I'm out of pocket like a motherfucker.
Very careful.
Jason always telling me I'm out of pocket.
I'll be telling you. I'll be like, Keyona, come on.
Keyona, to let you were making the last you were talking about women that were with men, then they went to women, and then going back to men.
Them bitches can't make up their mind.
I'll tell you something about myself. I was once married to a woman. My third marriage was to a woman.
Okay.
So
How many marriages you had, Bonka?
I've been married 3 times.
Okay. I finna say Elizabeth Taylor. We're gonna call your ass Elizabeth Taylor.
So my third marriage was to a woman. She was much younger than me, and
Mocha, you was dropping that bag on. You was dropping that bag.
no, listen. She was the sugar mama. It wasn't me.
You selling that old cooch. You selling that old cooch.
This was.
See, old cooch be selling. I keep telling y'all hookers, y'all think old cooch ain't selling the hit now.
Let me tell you, I have led a complicated life that I could really write a book about, but it's just like when Chase and Pillars was saying, like people, like sometimes we're kind of fluid with what we like and what we don't like, and I had always had somewhat of an attraction to men, but like remember, I'm of an age where you get married, you know what I mean. You stay home. At the time, my mother was like, "You get a husband, you stay home," and all that time. And I wanted approval from my family and all that, and it didn't work out. And I went through a whole bunch of stuff, through abuse and everything throughout my lifetime, and that's where that happened. What's been now 16 years ago, I think. No, 17 years ago. And she and I ended up getting divorced because we have civil union here in Connecticut. So I had to go through a whole divorce like I did with the husbands I was married to. We had to go through all that. So
let me ask you, do you consider yourself of the community?
I think I will always be of the community. I think I will always be, even though after she and I did go back to being with men, and now at this point, I haven't been with anyone at all in over 10 years.
You said hell with it.
Because you know what? I see so many people that have so many agendas. You don't know what the other person is doing. People cheating. I see people getting divorced, people getting married, and 6 months later, I'm too old, and plus, once my daughter passed away, I just didn't have the time and the effort to put into a relationship. So,
do you consider yourself queer, or did you learn today that you are?
I wouldn't really consider myself. I don't consider myself anything because I see some women, women my age, because I'm 60. I see some women my age, because I like the stud women. I would say I like, ooh, she looked good, and then I see some men and I say they look good too. But I don't try to date. I don't try to do anything at all. Period.
That's why this is a great conversation, because people are so used to titles or mistitles that we're just like, we're trying to live in our skin comfortably, right? And with the world putting so many coats on us, it's becoming more and more difficult for us to live in our own skin. And that's why this conversation is good. And I didn't want to deflect from it. So I think some of y'all that are more informed on it should put together a nightly conversation, to where as though it'll open up the door to at least give people a grander understanding for it. And I think once people do start seeing people more open to the conversation, then we can get a better understanding. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain: Black people learn everything through the grapevine.
I also, other than family, can we all agree? And I want to give you my condolences, and people in the chat also give you condolences, Mocha. Can we all agree? Other than family, it's very difficult to say hurtful things to people once you get to know them. You know, like once I get to know you, that's why I tell people on this app, like I'll do that thing with you, baby. Y'all know what Keyona do around here, okay? I'll do that 1-2 with you all day, but once I get to know you and we have a falling out, I just want to go about my business. I don't even.
Kiana, I want to say to you, like, I misjudged you before I've gotten to know you through here, because people are always saying the stuff about Kiana's this, and I would see you and I'm like, well, to me she holds her own, but you know, she's always scared. And I'm like, in my real life, I've cut down on it because my grandkids have gotten on me about cussing people out in my real life, and but
Well,
I'm like,
no, I love me and I rocks with
right.
me, and
But I know
I wasn't.
you stand on business.
Yeah,
And
I wasn't raised to let people hurt. You know, I've had a lot of people do me wrong, and I remember saying, and be careful what you say, ladies and gentlemen. When I was younger, I didn't feel protected, right? I didn't have parental protection. So that was one of the things I said about my children. I said they'll never feel like they're unprotected, especially from 0 to 18, because that's when it's my job. We got a lot of unpacking. But it's my job to make them feel protected, right? So I tell them that when we have our little spats or whatever, I said, listen, you can say whatever you want to say about me, but you never walk this fucking earth from 0 to 18 not feeling protected. And a lot of people, really nobody dealt with y'all, because they had to deal with y'all crazy ass motherfucking mom, and that's what they didn't want to do. So I didn't have that luxury though, right? As tough as my mom is, there was a couple times she jumped up and ran out the door for something I said. Mama so and so did something to me, and she ran out the door. I remember a couple times, but I remember feeling so. Oh Lord, hold on, we're gonna get out. We're gonna get over there. But I remember feeling so unprotected, right? And so when I said to myself, I said, when I get 18 and I ain't got to, ain't nobody gonna be able to check me, I'm gonna go off on any and everybody. If the minute you give it to them, I'm gonna give it to you. So on this app, you got Rhinestone, you got Tea Time, you got all these people trying to convince y'all that Keyona must be miserable. That's why she cussed people out. No, there was a time when Keyona was miserable because she couldn't cuss people out. Because I was a child, and if I had, I would get my ass beat. And you had grown people that said some fucked up shit to me, or did some fucked up shit to me, so I couldn't say what I wanted to say. So I said the minute especially once I wound up having bail money, ooh Lord, it's a freedom when you know you got some bail money sitting. Once I said I'm grown and I got some bail money sitting, ain't nobody putting a motherfucking muzzle on me. But then now I see it has kept me from having a lot of positive relationships. It has kept, now I ain't saying I'm changing, but I'm realizing that me, saying or having that stance that I'll never shut the hell up. I'm gonna always cuss them out when they come for me. It makes people look at me differently. They think a woman went to bed last night hurt when I went to bed and slept good because I'm with the man I love, right? They don't see that when I get into it with y'all in these panels, this is 13-year-old me, 16-year-old me, 10-year-old me that's cussing y'all the fuck out. Because I couldn't when y'all, when people said these things to me as a child. It ain't because I'm miserable. And I say what I say. Yeah, I am a gangster with a big heart. I am. I'm a gangster with a big heart. Because a person who's miserable would not take the time out of my day when I got money on the table that's waiting for me to say, I want to host a show where people get to let us unpack and find out who they really are and get some burdens off of them. Most miserable people, they said misery loves company. Most miserable people want more misery. I don't know if y'all have, yes, we have our moments where we rag, dime, rhinestone, and some others. But for the most part, if y'all haven't noticed it by now, the premise of this show is that y'all, we be better us's. We be better today than we were yesterday, right? So that's why I'm holding this space, and I hope I'm accomplishing what I'm trying to, what I'm trying to set out to do.
Absolutely, you're doing a great job. Top the screen, Kiana. Somebody said check your inbox. They sent you a message pertaining to the, and I did it again. I got you, Kobe. Aha. Now I'm laughing. Now it's becoming funny. Check your inbox. Somebody sent you a message pertaining to the conversation that's going on. And somebody also said, check the email. Tap the screen. We're almost at 200K. Aha, quote me. I just wanted to laugh again. I got your ass again.
Atlas, I have a
Love it. I
question
love
for you.
it.
Did you feel protected when in my speech to Kev?
Kind of, I want to say something to you, but this is something that I probably shouldn't say on here. You have always gave a level of protection, even when you called me on the phone back when Kev was trying to say that I was going to, stalk his daughter or whatever, and I explained to you that it was, basically me saying I was going to go to her page. You always gave me a level of understanding, or at least tried to give me a level of understanding that was taken out of the equation when it comes to dealing with people on this app. One thing I do is separate my real life from this app. And when you have people that are trying to play on your real life, you can get frustrated, agitated, and have misplaced anger. So a lot of times we do find ourselves operating out of feelings and emotions, but what just took place was very protective. But I'm not ducking Kev, and if Kev want to come over here,
No. It wasn't about that.
okay. So yes. To answer your question, yes, you did a great
Okay,
job. I appreciate that.
I wanted you to say, I wanted you to tell me if so, because I want you to know when people have come against me, I feel protected by you. And I wanted to reciprocate that energy.
I appreciate that. But yeah, this.
Now who page is they arguing on? Since we done did some positive stuff, let's do some messy shit.
Key, before you move on, the young lady, Live Love Laugh, said that she inboxed you a question, and she wanted you to check it.
Okay, look, I got 100.
I know.
Goddamn,
That's what I asked her. I asked her which one, and she said,
If you sent it to the page that you on, you ain't gonna be able to see it until you get
exactly.
off
I
of
keep
it.
telling y'all,
Unless you got it on
email.
that phone.
You gotta email when I'm on the show. That's it, because I'm at my computer.
okay, so email her, or you can actually come in the box and ask her question, love. But they are going back and forth on Diamond's page.
On Dime's page.
Diamond.
What the fuck?
What happened over there? Also, I do chasing. If you do have night, please send me I would like to and hear that conversation as far as learning.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to set something up because I usually do go live like after 7. It's just they've been clipping my pages, so that's why I've been kind of chilling right now. I just been but I got you for sure.
Okay, I think it'll be a great learning experience for a lot of people.
Okay, hold on one second.
It's better be with that goddamn Gala.
All right. The reason why it came back up on Thanos' side, Diamond, is because when he was in Breaking's live, he specifically asked you if he could come, and you said no. So he's still up in arms and in his feelings about that because he wants to be there. That is it. That is all. That is the reason why this came back up. God damn. You said I said that he couldn't come? No, I said Diamond. We gotta open our ears. Mom, the reason why I asked that because ask him, they were saying that yesterday. They don't say yesterday that I said that he couldn't come to the gala, and I never said that. I never heard you say that. I was there. That's what I kept trying to say. However, everybody listen. The way this is middle school. The way this shit works is they gonna keep chopping it up, flipping it, spinning it, rubbing it down, and it's still gonna be some bullshit. At the end of the day, believe what the fuck you wanna believe. If you're gonna wanna keep explaining yourself, then do that. But at the end of the day, you gotta understand that there's somebody else on the receiving end. It's not just you. It's not just none of y'all. It's you and somebody else on the receiving end, and then you got other people inserting it as well. So it's always gonna be a vicious cycle. Strap up.
And you know what? This shit is really messy as fuck, and I really don't like this shit. This is what makes a motherfucker want to go live and not have nobody in their motherfucking box, because y'all motherfuckers feel so goddamn entitled for some shit to be about y'all. And I promise you, yeah, a motherfucker can say it don't matter whether it was your birthday or not, but it do fucking matter to me, because I know for a fact it didn't even have to be my birthday. If other motherfuckers didn't bring Rose and everybody else that was mentioned, I would have never said Rose's name in my life.
Hey, can we wake it up? Rose brought up your gala. Hold on, Laugh. Rose brought up your gala recently when she was telling everybody that she was the reason why Don was uninvited.
He was laughing about it.
Acting like she wasn't saying anything. You did make a joke or whatever, and you did say that you were the reason why Dime couldn't even come to the gala, Rose. You put that out there.
Roll the clip, dog. Roll the clip. Yesterday in my live, Rose said, hold on. Roll the clip. Can you chill down? Nah, hell no, girl. Your phone breaking up. Said the narrative was put out that it was her fault, and she said she had nothing to do with Dom not being invited. That's what she said in my live yesterday. So
you switched it up, Laugh, because she had another live and she made a joke about it, trying to joke and say she was the reason why Miss Diamond uninvited her. She did say that, Rose, and you know you said that because Diamond checked it. I heard it on one of her lives. You said that.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Why y'all do that? If you go and accuse somebody, you should have the recording playing. Have that be backwards instead of be like, oh, she said this, she said that.
You heard somebody
recording, ready to press play, then shut the fuck up, don't say shit. Damn, that shit annoying as fuck.
Man, y'all got me fucked up. If I heard somebody say something, I heard you say it.
It was in 4K and everybody heard it. You're gonna picking and choosing because I know everybody heard when Rose made that joke. Now she might have came back and said she didn't, but she did. And this clip's out there. Y'all go to the blog. Rose, you know you said it. Stand on what you said. You said that you were the reason why Don was uninvited from the gala. You said
that. I never said that. I ain't never said that. I ain't been talking about the gala at all.
God damn it. Boy,
I haven't talked about the gala.
There's some shit. I just wish y'all keep the goddamn gala out the goddamn mouth.
Where the joke at? Like, why would I joke about that?
That's what the fuck I wish you just shut the fuck up about it. What the fuck you keep talking about it for? You don't even know what the fuck is that. Only the goddamn mouth.
That's some wild allegations.
Why do they keep arguing about this goddamn gala?
You know what the fuck is that? It happened on my live. Cloud. So if they have a recording,
it was on her live. Rose, you can go pull your live. You did say it. If it was a joke or not, Rose, you said it. Like you said it at your mouth.
All right, so play the clip.
You can pull your live up because you said it.
Live, love, laugh is really trying to get this message to you. They sent it to your page that you are in the car. The picture that you're in the car on. They sent it to that page.
After she got that email from
I'm up in the box. That's what I be talking about, talking too goddamn much.
It was right after the email. And you made a joke and you said you were the reason why she was uninvited.
How? Give me the context.
Shut the fuck up sometime.
Yeah, I didn't say none of that shit. But give me context. So she got the video. So hold on.
Rose, you didn't say it. So you telling me that you didn't say that, Rose? So you gonna say
you got the email, and I said what?
Double down and say you didn't say it.
So
So she got the email, and I said, "What?"
I ain't gonna keep repeating myself. You heard what I said, and you know what you said in your live.
So
You
she
was
got the
loud
email,
and
and I
proud when
said,
you was
"So you
saying
said
it.
that I
You was loud
laughed
and
and joked
proud.
and said I'm the reason
I don't know
why
if it was a joke. I didn't take it as a joke. I didn't take it as a joke. Everybody else said you were joking. You said that you were the reason why she was uninvited. So
y'all start getting angry, y'all need to ask the so help me understand. How did I say that? So what else did I say? Rose, hold on. So did you say Don was streaming it when she said it, or somebody was streaming it?
Yes, Don was streaming the live.
So Don actually got
we was all in the live watching it. We was there watching it, listening.
Hold on, listen to what I'm saying. If you saying that Dom was listening to it when Rose said it, Dom can download her live and also play the recap if y'all can't go find it on the blog. That's all I'm saying. Before y'all start getting mad, just ask the right question. If I'm not mistaken,
I'm not mad, and I don't think it needs to be no replays because we grown and people know what they said.
I know what I have and haven't said. And one thing that I haven't said is that I'm the reason for why Dime is not going to the gala. Now, what I did hear when I was minding my business was that Rose sent an email. That's what I did hear. They claimed that I sent Diamond a fucking email. Diamond cleared up that I never.
So what they gonna do now? They gonna invite Dime back
and having a problem with Dime. That was cleared up. Then people took it and said, "Nah, Diamond lying. She did send that shit. Blah 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 blah." Those were allegations. I have never said that I sent an email or I'm the reason for why Dime can't go to no damn gala. Y'all niggas said that shit, not
Rose,
me.
Nobody said nothing about you made up the email.
Yes,
you
said
that.
Yes,
Y'all said that in your lives.
Yes, they did. I never said that I sent no email or I'm the reason for why anybody or
Look
anything
at Rhinestone. She's sitting there looking like.
You made the statement and you said that you were the reason why that girl was uninvited, Rose, and that wasn't cool.
No, because I was in there. I was in there. No, I sit in there all the time. She never even mentioned that, ever. She never mentioned that. Now, if you want to roll the clip, roll the clip. Because you keep saying she did it, but you ain't rolling no clip and no information. Roll the clip. Roll the clip.
You gotta roll nothing. Rose know what she said. And it was addressed.
But you're not bringing
and it was addressed. And I said what I said. Y'all go prove Rose download your live. I don't have to prove anything. We were here. We all heard it. I heard it. I was in the live.
At this point.
Hold on. God damn it, hold up. The blogger said they got it, goddamn it, they finna post it.
Thank you.
The blogger just said they finna post it.
What blogger?
Hold the fuck up. Somebody ass in trouble.
Rose, you been not better. Calm now, bitch.
BT silly.
You been slumping the balls, riding, what?